It's transitioning, so all right. We should be live now. So awesome, awesome, awesome. How is everyone doing today?
Pretty good.
All right. So yep, we got everything all set up. Let's start this game. Shall we?
Yes.
All right.
When we last left off, we were in the city of Novac, and I just realized one second. I hadn't turned off the I turned off the sound while we're waiting, so
Okay.
alright. Alright, so now that we're in Novac, we have to go ask around, I guess. So let's do that. How's everyone tonight?
Okay. Doing pretty well. Just hanging out.
I'm celebrating. I'm a year past a super traumatic incident, and I'm very excited. So I'll be here for just a little bit, then I will be ducking out to go have a family dinner, but then I will come back in. But I am here for you because I love you so much. I'm ditching my family.
Oh. I don't know how to respond to that.
That's so sweet. Just tell me you love me. That's enough.
I will always love you.
Thank you, Nick. Okay,
Say what?
I actually, I re-downloaded Fallout New Vegas because of you, Nick.
Oh, really?
Oh, it affected your
Yeah.
life. Hooray!
And I completed Doom Eternal as a form of protest against Nick.
That's not right. You should do it as a form of love, not protest.
Oh yeah, that one seems to pull a few things from 64 now. That's
Hmm.
right. But yeah, I've got things I'm working on, like a trailer.
Ooh, really?
Yes. I hear it's a good
When's-
trailer.
I want to see that. I've been writing, so I haven't been able to play or do anything. So this is me living vicariously through you. So I'm working on 2 books at the same time. So.
Oh, wow.
No. There was one book, and then I was like, dude, it was so many words. It was like 160,000 already, and I didn't want to cut any of it because it's all. I was like, wait, this is actually 2 books. So I was like, okay, woo, we just got down to 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
So I just gotta edit and fill it in, and we'll be ready. Hooray!
That's Helios 1. Used to be. And there's a town just east of here called Nelson. Used to be such a quaint little place until those. But we got our wonderful snipers keeping an eye on that. The slavers.
Alright,
Well, let's see. Dusty McBride's been losing some bronze.
Oh no. Aliens?
Ranger Andy's still
Of course.
But we got these 2 gentlemen snipers. They
What are we doing to them?
Nothing. Being
Yeah,
good to them. That's what.
Nothing to do with no probes, that's for sure.
Yep.
No Ripper, no Shrink Ray, no pipe
Nope.
bombs.
Nope, that's the next DLC.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
What's going on, man? Sure I know. What do you want with him?
It's got a score to settle.
Surprise me. Guy seemed like he'd do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
So Lug, tell us more about this trailer you're working on.
I can definitely help
Yeah.
you, but I've got problems with my own. Maybe we can do a trade. You need
I guess it's something that's just kind of spawning into existence as we speak.
Oh my
Ooh, nice. What's it about?
but the only resource we got.
Some kind of like cyberpunk Ronin.
god!
We get most of it.
That's nice.
You could say this person's the last samurai.
No,
Oh.
no, he's one of 2,100 samurais.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you were working on that.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, see,
I know about 2,100 Samurai.
Yeah, that's
That's-
yeah, it's
I
gonna be.
bet you.
Yeah, the campaign's dropping next month, so it'll be good. He's
I'm,
just,
I'm,
he's just like hiding down. Oh, he's in a chair. Okay.
welcome
no,
to
he's
the
just
Light
slumping
Brigade.
over.
My name's Cliff. You're here. Well, we also have an assortment.
All right.
Go. Woo woo.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know, like there's an actual like there's an actual model after a dinosaur in the Las Vegas area.
I know. I've actually seen it. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
What are there like bones that got excavated or something?
No, it's one of those. I think it was like from an actual from an old gas station or something, and they had it out there. Boone, I love you, Boone.
It's a favorite.
My husband flew in Fallout New Vegas.
So I gotta talk to him at 9 p.m. Okay.
Yeah. He's on the job.
Yeah, I think Ranger Andy has a quest for me.
We haven't met yet.
Ranger Andy, what you up to?
What was that?
Hey, Hardcore Bunny, how you doing?
I'll talk to you, but I gotta do a little twirl first.
Was with it. That was back with my arm and leg.
Woohoo.
I still like to pretend I'm a ranger, though. I'll check in with the guys up at the
So
station
if you put an NCR Ranger
Sometimes they stop
into a
by
set of
and
power
pay
armor,
their respects.
would that make them an NCR Power Ranger?
Responded to me last couple of
Yes, do it now.
days. Guess they got tired of
Oh,
hearing
it's
me
our Power Ranger.
We can
Power-
type in, and then we can type in it's Morbid time.
like some
And you said you said I had bad jokes.
No. They're the ins. You got a job waiting.
All right, can you read Hardcore Bunny's comment, please?
That's when you bring in the rangers. And if you see, yeah,
God, the hats don't look lame on these models.
a few years back we get a tip that some
And I can't complain.
Yeah.
They don't look like they fit.
Get there and
Yeah, they're not. I know what they're trying to do. They were trying to make it where you could see under the brim of the hat.
Yeah.
The Smokey Bear hats on Rangers and other people, they're low. They literally hide the face unless you're under their face. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
They make you look like you're looking down at them. So it's really hard to set up the hat where it actually fits and you can see the face and the eyes of the person wearing it. So it's kind of tough. They popped it up to get the face in, but then you have that unusual sort of 6 inches up in the air look to it. Sort of a nice Oblivion touch there.
Yes, I guess I more or less have the weird zoom in, direct, unflinching eye contact method of NPC talk here, more associated with Oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It absolutely goes back to that. Your
I'm not
eye.
gonna lie, I do not like it very much. It makes me feel claustrophobic, even in the game. I'm like, stop that.
So apparently,
Yeah, it just fits Oblivion more, I guess, since Oblivion is just accidentally so silly and it just looks silly.
I love it.
Oh,
I absolutely
shit.
adore Oblivion. Oh, crud. Yeah, you're.
You see, Nick, the way you're supposed to deal with landmines is not walk on them.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to stomp on them. You gotta destroy them
Exactly.
with quick force.
I thought what I was supposed to do was to get on them and then sing Country Roads before it blew up.
Yeah. fine.
You could say that move would make
Dang,
you
you
a real
didn't sing.
King's man.
You forgot to sing!
Yeah,
Country
exactly, Nick.
Roads, Google,
Dang.
please. Don't take down this stream.
Oh, yeah, really? Oh, even
Wheel
singing-
of Time is a good show.
Oh, dear God.
Everybody did.
Yeah, they did.
Whole place stayed. Just dead as a doornail.
They is dead
Look-
at the door now.
Oh man, it smells like Bruce Timm in the DCAU.
Oh!
Something
yes.
stinks in here.
Oh, dear God. Alright, I gotta, Oh, wait, I have Edie with me. I can just give him stuff. I love,
It's very funny that tiny robot can carry all your junk.
Yes,
Most
I
of it.
love Edie. Edie is such a sweetie.
Has
Look at that
anyone
little
here
bob.
played Stellar Blade?
No.
No, I have not, and I probably should. I just haven't done it. And
Well, I don't have a PS5, so I'm.
I- will not buy it.
Yeah,
I will not buy that.
I would love to, but yeah, that's like literally the only game on PlayStation 5 I'm interested to get anymore, and it's more than likely it's going to be on PC. It was being developed multi-platform initially, and Sony keeps putting their stuff on PC anyway, so yeah, it's an inevitability it'll be there.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm actually kind of excited. I'm actually kind of excited for Ghost of Tsushima coming in.
Mad at the whole Stellar Blade thing that's going on. I really don't like that they kind of bait and switch at the last moment.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how they do it nowadays. So, but
Oh no!
that even supposed to please?
well, no.
Don't worry, there won't be any censorship. Censors a whole kind of thing.
Well, they did the same thing to Laura Croft. I didn't realize they pulled her cheesecake.
Oh, they put it back. By the way, they put that back on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Turning out it was by mistake.
Yeah. So I know they did that there. I know that they did. It's just it's a patch, and the problem is they don't announce what's in the patch. So you think and they won't let you play unless you download the patch. This is the hot button for me. I should be able to refuse a patch. If I don't want it, I shouldn't have to have it. And I don't like forced to let it download the patch.
The right of the people to refuse patches shall not be infringed.
That's right. No, dude, I do not want to. I would literally. I used to play Minecraft, for instance, just on my iPad. I didn't care, didn't update it. I had it local, and I didn't mind. If I lost it, I lost it. Now it's like everything is going through the main servers, whether it's Minecraft or Pokemon or whatever you're playing. Even just little garbage games that you just want to play just for fun end up being a major ordeal where you have to download everything, and you don't have any right to refuse it. I can't play it when I'm offline. It's like I want to play offline. There's times when I don't want to use Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So let me do what I want to do. It's my stuff.
It's my money, and I want it now.
No, that's right. It's free real estate.
Yeah. So can someone catch up with the chat, please?
On it.
Thank you.
I eat my landmines. It has a kick. That's from Mr. Hooded Raven. Hardcore Bunny says Booty Blade. I heard they censored the wardrobe of the main character because her sexiness triggered man-haters. That's part of it. They're blaming a rogue feminist. You can't patch pre-PS3 games. That is true. Boggles my mind. And Randy, the little reel says it boggles my mind why these companies go against their customers. Because they're stupid and lame. And Hardcore Bunny says I still game on my PS2, GameCube, and especially my Wii. I have my GameCube. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm going to because I'm gonna play Majora's Mask again.
Yeah, I have a Wii like in my garage somewhere. That's.
I have my Xbox One out there. No, not the Xbox, actually the original, like 2000, and I've got it. I've got a Sega Genesis.
Oh, Sega.
Yes, I have my Sega.
Yeah, I love my Sega Genesis.
GameCubes are great because you can literally back over them with a truck and they still work perfectly.
That is true.
Yeah, I know.
I can speak from experience. I've had this happen to my brother.
Wow.
Oh, where did Eddie go?
It wasn't me who did it, but
I actually would love to do the original Halo on the original Xbox. I would even like to something like that just for fun.
Oh,
just
you're speaking Jared's language there.
Yes.
Yeah, love it. I love using the original consoles on the original games.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the controller for the original Xbox was.
All right, I'm gonna push back a little bit. If you're referring to the Duke controller, yeah, that thing's not the best, but the controller S is very nice.
The controller S I like. Get up here for a minute. Get all that stuff. Stay up there. Now, what are you doing? Get back up there and then go look around. You need to go shoot at things with a sniper rifle.
I do?
I did. I always did that. I always sit down and just wait for something to come into range and hit it.
Oh.
There should be death claws or something up there. You can just pick
Death
off.
claws?
Death claws!
Oh,
I want a knife fight one.
You want a knife? Wait, Nix. You want to knife fight someone whose name is Death Claws? That's a good idea.
I would do it.
I mean,
my brother did it in Fallout 4. He survived.
Well, the thing is, that's Fallout 4 Death Claws. These are New Vegas Death Claws.
New Vegas death claws are a little bit of a different animal, yeah.
I'm very confident in my knife fighting skills.
All right.
I don't do well.
Your funeral.
Actually, I will say one thing. I'm very upset that nobody told me that there were intelligent death claws in Fallout 2, and then they were all slaughtered.
Oh
Very
yeah.
mad about that.
I need to play Fallout 2. I have not played it yet, and I actually need to play the full franchise. I haven't.
Go to GOG. They were on like 5 books.
Yeah. I've got that. I think they're on Steam, and I should be able to run them on Linux. I tried to
Fallout
reload.
1 and 2? Yeah, you can get those pretty easy. And then,
Yeah, I got.
Hardcore Boys, like, the Sega Genesis, Sega's only successful console. I mean, it depends on what region we're talking about, really.
Yeah.
Because like in Japan, the Saturn was really popular.
I think we never got the Saturn. I didn't run it as much.
And then Hardcore Boys, like, you play the old Fallout games.
We were
Possibly.
just talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, I do own them on GOG, so it's possible.
Why don't
And
we
they're on
just do?
stone tablets.
I'll stone your tablets.
Okay, that's odd.
Oh, that sounded wrong.
Yeah, I was about to say that
mean
sounded
by
wrong,
that?
dude.
John, wrong. That was wrong. It's bad, and you should feel bad.
So what you're saying is
Mhm.
the cross is a
Get the
line.
teddy bear. I don't care if we don't need them. I still want them. I get all the teddy bears.
With Nick, there is no line to cross.
That's right.
I'm also kind of disappointed in how death claws look in Fallout 4 because I played 3 in New Vegas long before I ever got to 4, and they looked wicked terrifying in 3 in New Vegas, and then in Fallout 4 they look weirdly cuddly.
Yeah.
I have not seen them. I guess
Don't
I
like
need-
it.
I literally just clocked out after like when I started. First of all, when I started writing, I just clocked out of gaming because I knew I couldn't do all of it. And the only thing I played after that, I played Dragon Age. I played the Dragon Age franchise as much as I had, and that was just for fun because I had to find out something about certain characters. But other than that, I haven't gamed at all, and so I literally haven't been gaming since probably 2019, which means that I'm really super far behind. So when I do play, I just play Bullet Sponge on Fallout, or I try to finish up some stuff in Skyrim, do a couple of things, just for fun. And then just like in the Hearthfire thing, where you go fall in love with your guy and just make furniture or something. But I don't do any serious gaming at all.
Oh wow.
And that's part of what I need to get back to. I know I've spent years gaming though. Nick, think about it. I've been gaming as long as you're alive. I've been gaming since. Okay, so I went back. The one thing I will admit to, okay, I'm doing Descent right now. If y'all haven't ever played Descent, it's like 99, 93,
I've heard of
95.
it. I've heard of it.
Fantastic game. You can pick it up on Steam. And it's a fantastic franchise. It was one of the first ones I played as a PC game. Did it on DOS, and those older games, I'll go back and try them out just for fun. And so I've been sort of doing that, just working my way through. Because we had a kind of a rough week in my family, and so when I said, when these get back, we go back to playing games. It's just what we do. And so we've been sort of working our way through grief by playing Descent. But going back to those older games and doing stuff like that. I've got 30 years of gaming behind me, which means that I actually started playing when we started getting the Ataris in. I played Pong originally as an original gamer. And so all that stuff, I've got so much history with it that me missing like 3 or 4 years doesn't really kill me. I go in and I'll play. I mean, I casually game with Minecraft or something like that.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. You can't really walk away from gaming like you do. It's kind of like an addiction. But I don't go in and I don't console game like I did, because just that, to me, that's a commitment. Once I go in, it's like reading a book. When I go in and I game, I start at the beginning. I play all the permutations. I work my way through every secret I can find. I love Easter eggs. And so I'll usually play 1,000 hours, 1,500 hours easy once I commit to a game. If it's that good, I will do it all the way through. And I will do it probably at every permutation that I can find. And I try to do it without guides because I like to discover the game myself.
Yeah.
So it was a commitment. It's like reading literature.
So, Nix, can you catch us up with the chats, please? There's one
Yes,
in
the
particular that I want Nix to read.
Felt so wrong, yet feels so right.
You
From
knew
Hardcore
exactly
Bunny.
which one I wanted you to read.
I should play some couch co-op on the stream.
I'm not opposed to that. It's just figuring out what we want to do, really.
So yeah, I guess I was waiting to mention. I kind of popped back into Yellow Taxico's room lately. It's been a
Oh, really?
recent indie platformer where you play as a taxi, so you can't jump. Instead, you essentially have to boost off of natural ramps all over the level environments to get airborne.
Really?
That, and I also finally played Half-Life Uplink, one of the more obscure titles in the Half-Life series. I'm not quite certain if it's more of a PT type of thing or like some kind of deleted scene, playable deleted scene like Lost Coast was for the second game. But yeah, there's something. It was recently, I think it was made recently available through the 25th anniversary update. It takes only about 15-20 minutes to get through. It's like basically like just an extra chapter for Half-Life.
Uh-huh.
And it's just an interesting, almost vertical slice that has a bunch of cool ideas that were unfortunately left out of the final game that I wish had made it in. It was pretty fascinating to go through.
Oh,
But yeah, I think it was like some kind of hard to get, really hard to get promotional material for the game back in the
really?
day as like some kind of playable promotional material, and now it's just like really easy to access since they like patched it into the main game as an extra.
Hey, then Hardcore Bunny says, sounds like a touch of autism. Probably a bit more than a touch, but yeah. And then Randy Williams says, with all the political BS people prefer older games rather than modern ones. Yeah, definitely.
True.
And then Hardcore
Yeah, I
Bunny,
can see it all in Gordon Freeman.
yeah, then Hardcore Bunny says, my brother is autistic. He only plays games that interest him and commits them like crazy. Yeah.
That's me.
Oh yeah, Yellow Taxi Go's Room is like the most manic game I can remember playing. There's no rhyme or reason to anything that is happening in there.
Oh, it's like Carmageddon. That's what you're saying. If you haven't ever played Carmageddon, you probably shouldn't. The killer clowns on I think it was Carmageddon that had the killer clowns in an ice cream truck.
Oh, that would be Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, thank you. I'm sorry. Carmageddon was it's kind of like that Twisted Metal in some way. I really loved those games like that. At the same time, I could see like my inner sociopath. I'm like, I need to stay away from some,
Oh dear
some of this.
God.
Oh yeah, I guess that maybe Yellow Taxi Go's Room is a little bit like that, but it is like a really silly platformer. I mean, you can run over grandmas. But yeah, it's lighthearted and goofy.
Poor things.
Jeez. Well, looks like we're heading to RepCon.
Might as well.
Yeah, that RepCon quest is so crazy. I love it.
I love all the quests. I think they're a lot of fun. Well, this is the reason why, to me, these games are exciting. I know the graphics aren't the same. I know that we have Oblivion Face, which can cause some issues. But I love that. I would say probably anything from the Elder Scrolls series. Oblivion's my favorite out of all this. I know some people like Morrowind better, or Skyrim. Oblivion's probably my favorite one from the Elder Scrolls series, because I just love that. The openness of the world. You can literally do nothing but side quests your whole time. Never do any of the regular. I still haven't finished the main quest from Oblivion. I've never done it.
Really?
I ended up playing. No, I played Knights of the Nine. I did all the rest of it. I've done probably every quest in Oblivion except the main quest, and I guess I should probably play that at some point. But
I did the main quest completely by accident at one point.
Oh, really?
Just kind of fell into it.
And you're all like, I just never did it. I would just go and visit every place and go to all the vampire stuff, and I did that in Skyrim too. And so it was like all of those quests. You could literally play that game for years and never play the main quest. And
wait. So Randy has a request from me. He asked me to say Wonder Bat, but I can do you one better. Nix, roll the clip.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh!
Wonder Bat.
Do it.
Oh my gosh! What an amazing ship!
Under duress. Under duress.
I don't believe you.
Oh, trust me, Nick. Vengeance is coming.
I watched Wheel of Time, so like, there's nothing really you can do to hurt me anymore. I've gone.
Trust me. I find ways. I find ways.
So yeah, Randy, I did you one better.
What are you carrying, Nick? What is that?
I think it's the cowboy repeater.
Okay, it's the repeater. All right. You need to get the BB gun.
A very interesting sight on it. I'm like, what the heck? It's a good grenade launcher sight. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? So, the old Nerf guns. The old Nerf guns used to come with a sight that was that idea.
Yes. I actually have some developmental Nerf guns. There was a friend of ours that actually was in doing prototype Nerfs. Dude, there were some incredibly awesome ones. We actually got it as like a present from someone else, and I'm like, what is this thing? I've never seen it. I'll have to take a photo and put them online once.
Oh, wow.
Just to show them off, because I think they're so amazing.
Alright, Lug, can you read Hardcore Bunny's latest comment in your best villain voice?
Vengeance is mine, and that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Nice.
Oh, super mutant.
Literal chills.
I got chills, they multiplying.
Are you standing next to someone who got fried?
Maybe. Wait, is that a cell phone?
Maybe.
Alright.
Would they exist in Fallout though?
Yeah, I think so.
They would. No, the ham radios are what they actually. I don't remember seeing cell phones in Fallout.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, cause
regular phones.
Well, you see, Tevya, the ones who's winning it's the friends we made along the way. That's who's winning. So, oh my god, that reminds Hardcore Bunny. That reminds me of this clip from SAO Abridged. Like, winners don't do drugs. Oh crap. Alright, speed. No. All right. Can you read Johnny Ortiz's comment, please?
Hi. Hello, gang. How's Stellar Blade? Think of buying it.
I'm trying to think like what which one should I do, guys?
What do you do?
Yeah, what
do we have? Okay, I'm trying to see what we got available. Geez, where's the gunsling? You need gunslinger.
Well, I use a lot of rifles, so
Oh yeah, dang it. Okay, you've already got running gun. Okay, shotguns. You're using rifles instead of shotguns or hand cannons.
So rapid reload, maybe.
Yeah, rapid reload makes it better.
All right.
I would say that. Yeah, I usually do gunslinger and I do small arms, but you're rifling your way through victory. Hey guys, I gotta go for just a minute. I've got my house guests here, but then I'll come back in as soon as I get finished. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're gonna be streaming for a little while, so it's all good.
All right. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And you're headed to. Are you?
I'm heading to.
Where are you headed? You're on the RepCon. You're on the RepCon quest, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Just load up, Edie, and be ready to wrestle. I'll be back in a little bit, guys.
All right.
I love you. I love you more than food. I'm touching the.
Oh, that's how nice of you.
I love. Yeah, I've literally had food sitting in there, but I've been spending time with you.
Aw, go eat your food, okay?
I'll be back just a minute. Bye.
Bye. Alright, catch up in the comments. Hardcore Bunny Jart, he's got some bangers.
In the original lore, they would have had cell phones. Ah! You snooze, you lose. Because the reason everything is retrofit isn't because they were stuck in the 50s, but because it was nostalgia for better times after the nuke. Wouldn't that have been before the nuke? Everything in the first two Fallout games, from what I've seen, had like no 50s flair to it. So, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen very many 50s stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout, the pre-war, like, I believe the divergence of the timeline was basically the 40s. The basis of a world where we never invented the transistor.
Ah.
And nuclear power and whatnot proliferation. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Because like I know people don't really like how Bethesda took the Fallout lore and what they did with it, like how they changed it. But I don't know any of like the smaller, more like significant changes. And Johnny says, "Winners don't do drugs. At least steroids, and use lots." And Hardcore Bunny said the Volts did. The Volts were preservation of the retro. Yeah, but I'd say that's more because they were invented during, like, or before the bombs fell.
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
I feel like Vault Tech wouldn't really, because at least in Bethesda Fallout, there isn't, like, everyone from Vault Tech is either dead or ghoul. So, like, I don't think they would have been able to foresee, like, any kind of changing trends, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Alright, Hardcore Bunny, wait, Nick sounds like Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Is that a good or a bad thing? But, Nick, can you read the comments, please?
Yeah. This crew was Bethesda retcon, not understanding the IP they bought. And honestly, Bethesda ruined Elder Scrolls and Fallout and dumbed down the lore a lot.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hood Raven says that it's a good thing.
Alright, well, I will take the compliment then. Tell me, Snake, do you think love can bloom on the battlefield? Oh, Metal Gear Solid. Like, so, I've actually never really played much of the Metal Gear Solid games. Cue the... Oh. Yeah, I know. Oh. I need to play those, honestly. But yeah, maybe I'll do those on stream, like a new blind playthrough, though. That would be cool.
Let's see, you got a PlayStation 3?
Actually, I do, yeah.
If you can find the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection, that should pretty much get you situated almost entirely.
Yeah, the problem is that's kind of hard to stream. That's the only thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting Bethesda a whole lot of, like, I don't know what the word is. I forgot what I was thinking. But either way, it just works. Todd said so.
Mr. Hood,
not unless you're Fallout 76. That it just doesn't work.
That is true, actually.
Although everything did work with Starfield.
Jared. Jared, come on, man. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you'll have like hardcore fans being like, "No, you gotta get the PlayStation 2 versions so you can play the secret skateboarding mini game and the Snake's Nightmare sequence." Like, if you're just trying to get in just to get in, but yeah, one of the collections should be fine.
Can you catch up with the comments, please?
Honestly, Hardcore Bonnet says, honestly, a better Fallout sequel isn't Fallout 3 or 4, but Wasteland 3. That game is awesome. And Mr. Raven said, MGS 5 is a mind fuck.
Actually, MGS 5...
if you're gonna look for that...
MGS 5...
Yeah, if you're gonna look for... Dang it.
Sorry, I'll say my stuff, then you can go. MGS 5 is actually the only one I've actually played any, like, length of.
Oh. Yeah, I guess if you're gonna look for that, get the definitive edition that just has like both parts all compiled together.
Yeah,
that's definitely the best way to go.
MGS5
I shall be right
back. That's what I picked up. Yeah, that's what I picked up. I tend to wait for when I see any kind of like big AAA type stuff. It's inevitable. There's going to be some kind of complete edition, definitive edition, whatever they're gonna call it, some kind of finished version with like all the patches and DLC a year or so down the line. I just wait for those.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
I was gonna say about Fallout 70.
You're roboting, Nix. And then Hardcore Bunny says MGS Hardcore Bunny says MGS5 is overrated as in an over it's extreme.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah, sorry, you're still roboting, Nix.
A bunch of stuff in that. I have an interest in.
You're roboting really bad, Nick. Sorry.
My interest.
But yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, you sound better. Supposed to be the server room or something.
Todd Howard, let me fight a Wendigo.
Didn't they add that to 76 or something?
Yeah, they did. That's why I want to buy it.
Oh, well.
I like cryptids. I like monsters. I want to fight a Deathclaw. I want to fight a Wendigo. I want to fight the Mothman if I can.
Now, yeah, I know they added the Mothman in. Now, do you want to fight them or do you want to F them?
Fight. I want to make my ancestors proud.
Enter Valhalla.
Something like that.
Something like that. Oh, that was a good one. Not a robot, they're a synth. Referring to Eddie? I'm mostly just trying to look for, just loot. I'm just looting the place, really.
Actually, now that I've seen what they look like in 76, I'm kind of regretting wanting to go fight the Wendigos. That looks
Alright,
horrible.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That doesn't look fun at all.
Super Wonder is still not
They
canon,
look
but
cool.
Yeah. Alright.
I had to step away for a moment. My niece got a hangnail and she refused to let anyone cut it. She pulled it off.
Nick,
now she's upset some figure shooting.
Nick,
that is such a weird way to hold a gun.
Nix, can you read Mr. Hooded? comment. It has your name on it.
Oh yeah.
Not a robot. They're a synth.
No. Read the next one. Do it.
Yes. I'm just screwing with you.
See, that's how you. That's how you.
Wendigo.
Oh my god, yes.
But no, I mean, I'm looking at the Fallout, what they look like in Fallout 76. I don't like it. They look like ghouls, but with like longer, bigger hands.
Oh jeez.
Like, I know that's kind of what Wendigos are supposed to look like in accordance to like native legends and whatnot, but and I'm gonna give slightly maybe political here, as someone with the Canadian equivalent of native blood in them, and has actually talked to a lot of like full-blooded quote-unquote Indians, as older viewers will know them as. I really do like the way that people started portraying them more recently, like the big deer monsters with like 3 antlers and like kind of skeletal looking. I like that. That's freaky. It's cool.
Okay. And then.
God, you ugly.
I'm sorry.
You're one ugly mother effer.
Just from looking at you. Your pranks won't work on me, Smoothskin. They won't work on Jason either. Stop wasting my time, Smoothskin.
Like, I know that the Wendigos are supposed to look like zombie corpses in accordance to legends, but like,
yeah, there's
that's not scary.
Whoa, that is yeah, I'm saving.
Hope you don't fall through the.
Yeah, that's a glitch.
He's walking on air.
I'm walking on sunshine. Don't feel good. That was trippy. That was so trippy.
Hello, Wanderer. Please
Look at Bethesda bug. What the heck, Obsidian?
Have you come to... We wish to escape the barbarity of the wasteland.
In space.
Human inhabitants. The Creator has promised to my flock a new land. Preparations for the great journey were nearly complete. The demons appeared from nowhere. Except it might be more accurate to say they never actually... The demons are invisible. Where one of them stands, the most one sees is the air shimmering.
He's referring to the Nightkin, the super mutants with the stealth boys.
As we were on our way to...
Yeah.
My flock fought bravely and killed a few, but at such cost. Nearly half the rest of us retreated up here. One of the demons raved at us, but they have not. Still,
yeah, the Jonestown storyline, or whatever, is pretty interesting.
Yes, over the intercom. It went on for hours. Will you praise the... As soon as the underground has been rid of demons.
Alright. Yeah, I think, it's like a vault down there or something. If I remember correctly. What's really interesting is like you got like this whole big area, and it's not really used. So Jared, what you been up to? What you been up to?
I actually started another playthrough of Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I've played a couple of Assassin's Creed games, but the reason why I'm playing this one is I love ancient Greece. That's one of my favorite ancient civilizations, so obviously I was all on that. But then I found out that if you go on a certain number of quests, you can actually pretty much unlock for the female character Wonder Woman armor. So I'm currently grinding for that.
That's all it took. That's
literally all it took. Because when you think about it, if the Wonder Woman game that's coming out sucks, I'll have this. This will be a Wonder Woman game.
Sure.
Hey.
Plus, you know what's kind of funny? So the game starts off, and you're at Thermopylae with the 300, and the dude they got to play Leonidas literally sounds like Gerard Butler.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, it's all he go, and you can actually Spartan kick people off cliffs.
Oh, that makes you happy.
Yay!
Yes, I did that. So there was this one time. So my old problem with the game, the reason why I stepped away from it is because it had this weird power gap where like each subsequent mission would like jump 2 levels. So it was always really hard to like to take out enemies. So what I did is I found a workaround. What I do is I lure enemies to towers and kick them off the towers because there is fall damage in this.
Please tell me that whenever you do it, you scream, "This is Sparta."
Yes, of course. But yeah, so that game is pretty cool. So I've been checking that out. Obviously, Doom Eternal. And I'm planning on completing the first Doom because I never completed them. I started them, I never completed them.
Oh, you need to do that on stream.
Wait, by first you mean 1993 or 2016?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. But yeah, 2016. And Nick, yeah, as soon as I beat the game, I am gonna stream Doom because that'll be really fun for that.
And by Doom, I mean like the original Doom. You'd be like, "This is so old."
It's like it's so Nick. And then I actually started playing Doom 3, which so far I'm kind of enjoying. It's not bad. The other id Software game that I played a lot back in the day was Quake 4 because I felt that had like a fantastic story where they turn you into a Strogg.
Do what?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Oh yeah, that's like the iconic scene in that game. Seeing that scene was basically how I even found out there was a Quake 4.
Yeah. So next, so the Strogg are the enemy, but they're made of like cyborgs that convert people, a la the Borg. Okay. And there's a scene in the game where your character's captured and you are converted in first-person perspective. Like they saw your legs off and you can see it in first-person perspective.
Jeez. Yeah. Also, Jared, can you read Hardcore Bunny's latest comment? It's
confirm Wonder Woman is a killer. Well, yeah.
She's not maximum.
She's a warrior. Come on, stop trying to paint her out like she's a murderer.
I mean,
she's killed. I wouldn't call her a murderer. There's a difference.
That's like saying Superman. That's like saying it's a bad idea that like because I got news for you. None of the DC characters have a no-kill rule. They have a no-murder rule. There is a big difference.
Diana is willing to kill if she has no other choice, but she will usually go for a more peaceful route if she can take it.
Peaceful, yeah. This is never an option.
Yeah, essentially the way it works with DC is that they will 100% go like as far as they can to prevent a fight, but a fight will break out, which is why when Tom Taylor did an interview talking about how like John Kent was braver than his father because he was a pacifist and everything, and I said I put out a video immediately and said, well, he's then a crappy superhero because you can't be a superhero and be a pacifist. You just can't. Eventually you're gonna have to fight.
What is that line from Spider-Man? Like, eventually someone's gonna come along and offer you a choice.
I'm gonna quote Gail Simone's Wonder Woman run here, and I'm gonna hate myself for it, but Wonder Woman number 600. We have a saying, my people. Don't kill if you can wound. Don't wound if you can subdue. Don't subdue if you can pacify. And don't raise your hand at all until you've extended it first.
Yeah.
That's literally, that's not, I'm not gonna kill, that's, I will kill only if I have to.
It's the last opportunity. And by the way, that Gail Simone run is underrated. Gail Simone's Wonder Woman is actually pretty good.
See, that's kind of the problem. Is Gail Simone is a good writer. It's just you know, she kind of got involved with some stupid stuff. All right, so I need to go down.
Her whole career began because of her claims of fridging Kyle Rayner's girlfriend.
So speaking of fridging, Jared, do you want to
But real quick, do you know how Tom King got a job at DC?
How?
His mom is a high-up executive at Warner Brothers.
That makes so much sense.
That's how he got his foot in the door. And by the way, this is all his. He admitted this. But anyway, so for Nick's Patreon, we did a video where we watched the first episode of Wheel of Time, and Nick reacted to it because he had never watched more than, like, I think it was like 10 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
So there's a scene. So Nick's favorite character has a wife in the show, and Nick they weren't giving her a lot of a lot of lines or anything like that. So Nick said, they're going to fridge her. Okay, they did that, but they did it so much worse.
Yeah.
Where his character is like in a blind rage with an axe. He's fighting a monster, and then he hears something behind him. He turns around and by accidentally swings the axe into his wife.
All right, so the reason...
How do you do that?
Okay, so the reason why I knew they'd kill her off is because in the books, Perrin gets a wife a few books down the line called Thail. Amazing character, okay? So giving her a wife then, I mean, like, yeah, they're not going to pass up our opportunity for Thail. Oh, shit! Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Crap. Alright, Jared.
Conserve ammo, Nick.
Jared, can you read, can you catch up with the comments? I think you'd like them.
Randy says, Christopher Reeve's Superman killed Zod. Does that make him a murderer? Actually, you know what's kind of funny, and I said this on my show, the way Christopher Reeve killed Zod, that is a murdering thing, because Superman knew Zod was depowered at that point, but then he crushed his hand and punched him into a wall really hard. So actually, that's more of a murder than Man of Steel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Superman knew Zod was depowered. Because remember, the idea is that there was a machine that would depower Superman permanently. So what Superman did to fight Zod is he like reversed the polarity. So while he's in the machine, Zod, Feora, and Non would be depowered. So Zod has no powers. In other words, he's just a regular human. Superman crushes his hand and then punches him across the room into a wall at full strength. So, kills him. Compare that to Zod literally is about to heat family after telling Clark, either they die or I do. So I'm like, if anything, if you want to go off of the murder thing, Reeves is even more of a murderer. I mean, his Superman.
How dare you use facts and logic, sir?
A hardcore bunny. Mom, right, Batman, mommy. And then ironically, he gave Batman a mommy complex.
In a joke of a storyline involving a wedding to Catwoman.
And then what was the straw that broke the camel's back is that in his one he made fun of Christians. So I'm like, no, I'm done. See you later, dude.
Yeah, that's not good.
For emphasis, I have never dropped a comic book off my pull list ever. This was the first time I've ever done that.
Whoa, did you see that reload speed? Holy crap.
That was so good. That was solid, Nick. That was solid.
I'm trying fiercely reloading. Oh crap! I don't need the rebar clubs. So, oh.
But I gotta run because I gotta go record another show. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys.
I knew it. I knew he'd do that.
See you later, Nick. And remember, Wheel of Time.
No.
Nobody wants to remember it.
No, I certainly don't.
Gail Simone's whole thing about fridging female characters actually irks me as a woman because, yeah, the way Kyle's girlfriend died was really stupid. Like, really stupid. But this claim that it only ever happens to female characters is an outright lie. Yeah. It happens to male characters too. And why is actually to prop up the protagonist's journey. It's to give them some sort of, like, character moment.
Yeah.
If you don't understand that, then I'm sorry, but you are not a very good writer.
And here's the tragic part. Gail Simone is otherwise a pretty good writer. I will defend that.
She is. I've seen a couple of the episodes she's written for Justice League. The one with Question and Huntress. That's really cute. I'd say it's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
If not my favorite.
And then Hardcore Bunny says the problem with DC is they have no respect for Wonder Woman. Yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah.
We're pro-woman in this company. Can't give us one good female character to save their life.
Yeah. But yeah, she writes Nightwing and Batgirl really well. Yeah. Other than that, I just don't know. So, Nix, what are some of your favorite DC female characters? Nix?
Sorry, I stepped away for a second. What did you?
What are some of your favorite female DC characters?
One of them used to be Raven, but I'm not really interested in her currently. I'd say my favorite so far would be Catwoman, well-written Harley Quinn,
okay.
Starfire for sure when she's
I
written
love
well
Starfire.
too. Wonder Woman, Hawkgirl, Black Canary. I like Vixen too. I haven't seen a lot of the things she's in, so but I do like her.
Okay.
And I'd say that's it.
What about you, Lug?
Oh, okay, there we go. I seem to be having a bit of a connection issue again.
A lot of that going around today.
It happens like every day now.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Nix, how are you enjoying New Vegas so far in your own playthrough?
Get very far into it. I went to download some mods for like graphical stuff, make it look a little nicer, clean it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And my game was like, no, that's illegal, bro. So
yeah, the game can be kind of a bit temperamental, to be honest.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure that out before I get back to playing it. I did play a little bit of Fallout 2 though, and this is going to be very blasphemous. I'm not a huge fan of its gameplay.
What?
Yeah.
That's
I've
illegal.
enjoyed it so far, but it's not really my thing.
Oh my god, we need to cancel you.
Yeah, totally. I haven't gotten very far into the game yet, but like I don't know, it's I don't like the fact that when I go to fight something, there's a good chance I'll miss it, and then it just becomes this big slog of a fight, and I'm like, why would you do this to me? Who thought this was a good idea?
Nick's word for the wise: never play Morrowind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to use a map in that game.
No, not even that. But like, I can just see Nick's like, I'm hitting the cliff racer. Why am I not hitting the cliff racer? Because that game, even like it's like they do off of rolls. So like even if you think you hit, you really don't. Sometimes, especially in the early game, those freaking cliff races are just.
The crappy combat, I am kind of having fun with Fallout 2, but like, I did the stupidest thing.
What did you do?
I went, so one of the temple doors in the first area that's supposed to be kind of like the tutorial area, you're supposed to blow it up with explosives. And I didn't know how to do it properly, so I kind of fumbled my way into placing it on the floor and putting a timer down. And then it wouldn't blow up. And I was like, what the hell? I went to pick it up and it blew up. Why did I want to pick it up? Yeah, it killed me.
Good job.
Yeah. So that was fun, but like, I was like, okay, well, this whole thing is just an adventure and trial and error, so I'm not gonna let it stop me.
Adventure in something, that's for sure.
I don't know why they would put red scorpions in the starting area of the game.
I don't either, really, sometimes.
But like, I got poisoned and I couldn't get to an antidote easily because enemies were guarding it and I was very low on health. They'd already healed.
I just need to finish this area, I think.
Because the RNG guns were not my said I love it. So I ended up dying and I was like, alright. Next time I went through I didn't get poisoned. I was like, yes! Nice throwing Nick's a bone.
Yeah, it's always good when the game does that. So what am I supposed to be doing? If I don't do this? Data.
And I recently beat Princess Peach Showtime.
Alright, what's your review of that one?
It's a near flawless game. I love it. I am having the best time ever with it. There's a lot to do even after you beat the main quest.
Okay.
The final boss is fairly easy actually. I mean the whole game's pretty easy, but the final boss was especially fairly easy. I only died like once, and that was only because I got really cocky by the end of it.
Okay.
Of the first phase, at least. But it's been really fun. I'm gonna try to actually 100% it at some point.
That's good. And then Hardcore Bunny asks, "Are we gonna play Sandland when it comes out?" I have no idea what that game is.
Oh, that was like one of the last things that Akira Toriyama had involvement in.
Oh.
Yeah, new IP of his. Oh, but you know what's some very amusing marketing? You have any idea what popular song they chose to use in trailer stuff?
What?
Darude Sandstorm.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I like that song, but still, it's like, come on, guys.
Come and get it, you big dumb. Hey. And I bet he told you it's the creator. Well, good luck with that.
It's just so funny to see what almost looks like some kind of meme edit is actual official promotional material.
That's hilarious. If I ever release a game, that's how I'm gonna do it. Make it look like it's one giant game.
Alright, so apparently we got some new information from Hardcore Bunny.
Oh yeah, it was based on a manga that was published in Shonen Jump. Oh, it's old IP? Huh, okay.
Peach's final boss is Harvey Weinstein. That would be great. I don't think they ever have taken that, but actually it's I'm not sure what Madame Grape was, but she was kind of cosmic horror, I'm just gonna say. Yes, Peach fought a cosmic horror. Best Mario adjacent game ever. 10 out of 10.
Jeez.
It's actually funny because a bunch of people on Twitter were like, "Well, where is Mario in all of this?"
Mario.
Yeah, literally, like the guy doesn't show up for the whole game, and then you got a bunch of feminist crybabies going, "Oh, why does everyone care about where Mario is? Doesn't matter where he is."
I mean, it's not like he's like the main star of the franchise.
Legit, right? And I was like, playing through the game, I'm like, yeah, dude, where the heck is Mario? Actually, this is kind of like a big deal.
Yeah, also, to be fair, the same thing happened when, the same thing happened when,
Atlas says you are the one. You're mine.
same thing happened, with, Luigi's Mansion when they came out.
Yeah, but at least we knew, like, from the promotions and stuff, that Mario was going to have been captured or something. He was missing. So we were all like, well, where is Mario? What happened to him? Oh my good gosh! Hardcore Bunny, if Mario's not there, people should ask, where's Mario? But he literally is the main star. The franchise is named after him.
Yeah.
It's like having a Sonic game and Sonic's just not there.
Oh, you mean like Shadow the Hedgehog?
Sonic did show up in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, I stand corrected then.
He's like your buddy for a couple of missions. Hero side. Or he'll stand against you if you go dark.
Alright, what's Hardcore Bunny saying?
I already did the comment.
Oh, okay.
If Mario is not there, people should ask, where's Mario?
Yes, where is Mario? Alright, and then we got another comment.
Yeah, Hardcore Bunny says this isn't the first time Peach went solo. Remember the DS game where one of her powers was crying? I do. I owned it. I loved it. It's actually a legitimately good game.
Yeah, wasn't that game like actually like people got mad at it, like, oh, it's sexist or some shit?
Yeah. But that's stupid. It's a good game.
That's
And
cool.
we knew where Mario was. He was captured. He'd been kidnapped, and that's why we were playing as Peach to go rescue him. Luigi just wasn't available at that time.
He was too busy cleaning out his mansion.
But yeah, like it wasn't even just like random feminists, which is kind of funny. It was like game journalists who were getting all butthurt that people were like, "Okay, but where's Mario?" Like, yeah, this is a Princess Peach game, but like, why isn't Mario here to handle this? I don't know. They never explain it. Nobody even brings up Mario, and it's like he's Peach's hero. There should at least be like a, hey, isn't there a guy in red who usually does this for you?
Yeah.
But the weird thing is that the theater the game takes place in is located on an island, and nobody even seems to know that Peach is supposed to be a princess there. So, and Peach barely talks unless she's in costume. So my guess is that they kind of just skimmed over it because, well, why would they know who Mario is? They don't even know who Peach is.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but still, where is Mario? Why didn't he come with Peach to the show? Was she not invited? Was he busy? Was he out helping Rosalina?
Who knows? What's Hardcore Bunny saying?
Says as long as she makes a cake, who cares? If Mario wanted to keep her from being kidnapped, he would change her to the stove.
Well, there goes 50 years of feminism right down the drain. Thanks, Hardcore Bunny.
Nix, don't get any ideas.
Huh.
Jason was very clear.
Alright, I gotta report back to Jason. Okay.
One thing I don't think people of this day and age get, or really any day and age, even when Mario came out, is that, well, I guess not since Mario came out because it was the first time that they've done it, but like, Peach and Mario's story is literally hero saves the dragon.
Bowser being the dragon, I'm assuming, right?
Well, yeah, because kind of quite literally is, in a way, a dragon.
Yeah. He breathes fire.
Yeah. And, everyone's like, oh, well, she keeps getting kidnapped. Yeah, because, like, she's a princess of a kingdom full of little tiny mushroom dudes. What are they gonna do to protect her?
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi are great at, like, saving her reactively, but I don't think there's a lot they could do to keep it from happening.
Oh, Nix, read Hardcore Bunny's comment. You'll get a chuckle.
Bowser is the ex-husband who won't pay child support. I mean, he's the one looking after a crap ton of children.
Yeah. Say what you will say what you will about Bowser, but he's definitely an attentive father. Like he's the dad who stayed.
Like, the man is such a good father that Nintendo used him for their, when the Switch came out. Was it the Switch?
The parental controls.
Yeah, they wanted to show the parental controls off. I don't know if it was for the Switch or the Wii, but it was one of them. And Bowser is a legit good dad.
Yeah, especially in Sunshine. He's actually a pretty good dad in Sunshine, too.
Yeah, you only really see him at the end, but it's kind of cute. And he talks!
Yeah, that's so weird. Can you read Harker Bunny's comments?
if it's a kingdom, why isn't she a queen? Let's just be honest, she's ornamental for the Mushroom Kingdom. They just keep her for Iron Kingdom, and yet the Mushroom Court rules to pay Peach child support.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the movie, she is effectively the queen of the Mushroom Kingdom.
She is an all but name, and honestly, this is such a stupid complaint to do about Zelda and every other princess too. I just say it's a fantasy land. Who cares?
Yeah. Here, JR, go terrorize the island. Alright, can you catch up with the comments, please?
That's a retcon. Mr. Hooded Raven.
What's he saying?
Bowser has one son, the rest are adopted, but that's kind of a retcon. And honestly, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
even if they're adopted, they're still his children.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyone who's played through Super Mario World, they treat him like his children. They say right out it's his children. So yeah, retcon. And then Hooded Raven's like, LOL. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you don't have a franchise last for, still a good dad. Yeah, agreed to the Raven. 100%.
He cared enough about these kids to adopt them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good dad.
Yeah, what's the phrase? It's like, the dad who stayed or something? I don't know. I love how we're like talking about Mario as I play Fallout.
I'm not the stepdad, I'm the dad who stepped up.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of.
One last time before I descend, I want you to know that we will remember for all eternity how you delivered. Our preparations are nearly complete. If you would still, there is no way that we can thank you enough. After all that you have done for us, when Chris came to us,
in the comics, Bowser kidnapped Peach because he needed help raising the super kids. He's a single father with a crap ton of children. Of course he's gonna need someone else to help him, but you have to get the way to go.
Such as the creators were, the radiation around the launch.
I think I do like the comics. I like that they give Peach kind of more of a not more of a personality, but they kind of give her a different, more wild personality. Like, she can still be ditzy and dainty, but she's a lot more hardcore in it. And she still screws up quite a bit, which I like, but also, I like the animated movie that came out in like the 80s. If you've never seen it, I definitely go for like the original Japanese dub, find it subbed. The English is a bit wild. But they made Luigi yellow and blue for some reason instead of green.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think generally with any foreign media, I usually default to just checking it out in its original language.
Yeah.
I know. I go for the dub because I like to do other things while I'm watching it. It really helps.
Yeah, the dub. I don't know when it comes to the dub versus sub debate. Usually, whichever one I experience first is the one I end up preferring. I watch it, I get used to the voices.
God damn it!
Like unless I have to watch it in the original Japanese, or I need to for some reason, like I'm just gonna watch it in English.
Yeah, I'll tend to make exceptions. Like usually for video games, I'll stick with English normally because I don't want to be having to be distracted when I'm trying to focus on combat or something. Or also if it takes place in a more specific setting that is nothing like where it was actually made. Like, of course I watched Cowboy Bebop in English. Even the creator seems to agree, yeah, you should watch it in English.
Did you see who they got to play Spike Beetle? In the English dub? That alone. Deep Bloom alone is enough to get me to watch something in English. That man's voice.
Alright, so Hood and Raven asked, so do we think when Bowser kidnaps Peach, they are just sleeping together until Mario shows up?
No. I mean, you can if you want.
I hope you're fine. She never did.
See, I know.
No.
See, I know it's Jean that did it, so I'm just gonna skip ahead.
What, the wife thing?
Yeah, she sold Boone into slavery.
Boone's wife, yes.
Yeah, I know she did it. So
wife, by the way.
What?
Yeah, the wife was sold into slavery. She was pregnant.
She was what?
She was pregnant.
Ugh. Yeah, I know it was Janine that did it, so.
Yeah.
So I'm just skipping ahead.
You learned that in one playthrough, and then you just know that for the rest of the.
Yeah. Yep, there we go.
Well, kind of funny. I don't know what to really think of Bowser, Mario, and Peach's relationship. Like, they go karting and play sports together, Smash Bros. Tournaments. I guess it's sort of just like they're 9 to 5, or sometimes they're just like, okay, Bowser, seriously, dude, what the heck?
So many questions, so little time.
I mean, I guess it does seem especially weird in like a 21st century kind of mindset, but from what I understand, this kind of thing might not have been all that unusual in medieval times, or at least this is kind of a cartoonish exaggeration of it.
That's
Alright, I need to,
well, because they're warring kingdoms, right? But they have to at least be amicable to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there are these kinds of temporary reprieves that everyone rigidly respects.
Alright, okay, I'm gonna break it down for you, alright? So, Mario Kart and all that sports stuff is essentially the Olympics. The equivalent of the Olympics. Like, even though we're, like, at war with, like, North Korea, you know, we still compete against them in the Olympics.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that makes
here's kind of an interesting thing to go along with it. Apparently, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently, the reason Maleficent in the Disney original got so upset she was snuffed a baby invitation during, like, in the beginning, is because apparently that could be considered an act of war in medieval times.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of, but I couldn't remember exactly like how it was worded.
So the king and queen snubbing Maleficent an invitation to their baby shower or whatever, to her, that looks like an act of war. That's them declaring, because they invited the other fairies, but not her.
How did you know?
So they're leaving her out because clearly they don't like her. They want to go to war with her, kind of thing. So when she cursed their baby, it's like, oh well, if it's the war you want, I will bring the heat.
Yeah, but this isn't gonna. Fine.
I got Boone.
Yeah, it's just one of those kind of Yeah, it's just like one of those kinds of lost in translation things. That's just something that's so the norm that no one would think to exposit it in the setting. But then, like, out in the 21st century, it seems so alien.
Yeah. Yeah, women were technically words of men, till like the 20th century. Pretty much. Yeah. Can you read Hardcore Bunny's comment?
Women were technically wards of men till the early 20th century. In Britain till 1900, the son could spank his mother because she is technically his ward.
Yeah. All right, let's get Boone kitted up, guys.
Fine by me.
Woo!
Yep, I always like to give him the face wrap armor.
So badass.
I know, right?
Where's Watcher? I thought she was coming back.
She said she was.
Oh yeah.
Let me check my messages. Yeah, I had my phone turned off, like the ringer turned off because I didn't want to beep it in. I'll shoot her a message. Yeah, if she's not returning, that's fine. You know, that's, you know.
Who was the bottom?
Alright.
We're at... But yeah, it's kind of funny that this seems to be something nobody, like, in our century understands. So then when they go like, oh yeah, but Maleficent was pissed because she didn't get an invitation to a baby shower or a birthday or a baby's birthday party or whatever it was. And it's like, it's the dumbest thing. Why would she death curse a baby for that? And it's like, well, it kind of makes sense if you know if you know your proper history.
Yeah.
If that's like actually the case.
And then I remember seeing there was a scene like that in Jon Favreau's Jungle Book movie. How the whole watering hole is treated like that. You can have the weakest of little predators just drinking water right next to terrifying lions and tigers and whatnot, and nothing happens.
Yeah, like kind of like a holy ground kind of thing.
If I ever get back into writing, I am explaining that.
Yeah, you should.
Welcome back. Sure thing. Have a look.
But like honestly, like you could say that with like a lot of things. You know, so many things that we just don't even think about anymore.
Yeah, well, because they kind of fell out of like society as society's progressed. Like nowadays, you don't get an invitation to a birthday party or any kind of party really. It's like, oh, that sucks, whatever. But back then, it's like, aha, this is a declaration of war. Now you're just like, oh, that's kind of stupid, whatever.
Your move, Yu-Gi-Oh. I just thought that was funny. Let's see here. I need one of these dinosaurs. Well, I can always come back at night and steal it, so.
I mean,
Hi, dang it.
sure thing. Have a look.
Alright.
Are you kidding?
Alright, what is, what's Hardcore Bunny saying?
The king of Greece went to war with Athens once because they didn't RSP to his invitation to an orgy, which he was through when he showed up naked.
Wait. Is that actually a thing?
Wow. Probably, knowing the Greeks.
Yeah. They do love their orgies.
But yeah, so here's where I saw it on Reddit, and it's basically, they basically were like, oh yeah, there's actually a logical explanation for it. In medieval culture, an event like christening is not a private party; it's a public social event of the year. To not invite any person of rank to such an event is a deadly insult.
How dare you not invite me to the orgy?
The only way the king and queen could have possibly gotten away with not inviting Maleficent was to just not invite any of the fairies at all. Inviting the other fairies and excluding her is explicitly taking sides in the conflict between the fairy factions, which means they made themselves her sworn enemy, and she responded by treating them as such from then on. You actually get into analyzing the social dynamics of the scene. It's very clear that Maleficent was willing to show mercy at first by giving the king and queen a chance to apologize for the disrespect for her. She doesn't curse a war until after she gives them a chance and they throw it back in her face with further disrespect.
Jesus. Wow.
It's kind of funny though because I remember it being very clearly the blue fairy who disrespects her when they're trying to like cover their asses by saying that she wasn't wanted or she wasn't invited, and she's like, oh, okay then.
Yeah, that just kind of like honestly it just makes the other fairies look really dumb.
Makes them look like jerks, actually.
It does.
Like, why would you openly antagonize the mistress of all evil herself?
Yeah, pretty much. Also, karma is like useless in this game, so it's like whatever.
Hooray!
Yeah, that's really crazy. Sounds like typical woman BS. Possibly, yeah. I don't want to get into it too much. But that's how you get canceled. Hardcore Bunny, how do you see it happening in modern days? Bitch, why wasn't I invited? Yeah, that's some like Housewives of Beverly Hills kind of bullshit right there.
It's kind of funny though, because apparently in the original story, the reason they didn't invite the old fairy, and that's all she's called, she didn't get a name, and she's not explicitly noted to be evil, they just call her the old fairy. The reason they didn't invite her or send her an invitation was because she hadn't left her tower in more than 50 years, and everyone assumed she was dead.
Alright, that's a little understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, what other like medieval stuff do you want to share?
I'm not entirely certain. Oh wait, actually, did you know that in one of the earlier retellings of the Sleeping Beauty stories, Sleeping Beauty had an ogre for a mother.
Really?
Yeah, but then they changed it to the prince's mother was an ogre, so it was her mother-in-law was an ogre, and she tries to eat her grandchildren.
Huh. Alright, where is the grandmother? Oh, there she is.
Hi there. I'm Old Lady Gibson, or so they tell me. I've got odds and ends for sale, and you might have noticed that. As it so happens, I do have some thrust modules.
Different versions of Sleeping Beauty are actually different levels of screwed up. Like, screwed up in ways I can't really go into on this.
Hey, Quiet Red Media. We're doing pretty good. Just playing some New Vegas, having a good time. How you doing, Quiet? Yes, Hardcore Bunny. I had some Kool-Aid earlier. Does that count as drinking? What have you been writing, Hardcore Bunny? Oh, you got a Substack? That's cool. Tell you what, Bunny. Shoot me the link on Twitter, and I'll have Nick post the link. You know, I'm cool like that.
Have you found the components? Yes. I'll tell Jason that the great journey can begin.
So can you read Hardcore Bunny's comments, please?
Oh, yep. Hardcore says, my uncle died from drinking Kool-Aid. He was out camping with a bunch of people, and they all died. I'm not delving into that any further. Take you for it. He says, stories based on my Earth, you are Earth universe.
So there's a lot to unpack from all that.
Yeah. Oh, you never played New Vegas before, Quiet Red? Oh, you're in for such a treat, man. Oh my god, what I wouldn't give to play Fallout New Vegas for the first time again. Dear God. Hey, Rift Breaker. How you doing, man? You got a thunderstorm going? Interesting. Yeah, there's been a bunch of, the weather's been crazy the past week. Yeah, my thing is whenever there's a thunderstorm rolling, I have to like blast Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks. It's just kind of a thing. Or when it's raining, I like to play Here Comes the Rain by Eurythmics. All right, can you read the latest comments, please?
Yep. Hardcore Bunny says New Vegas should have been isometric. And Quiet Red Lady says, nope, still haven't beat it yet. I'm at the point of surgery. I don't like the Legion.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna be completely fair and say I don't like any of the factions in this game. I think the NCR is probably the only closest to the ones I kind of like, but they're really stupid.
Yeah, even the Yes Man ending is kind of stupid because the robot's just gonna wreak havoc later anyway.
Yep.
What was that?
A rocket.
The way that like last rocket went out, it was like something out of Looney Tunes.
Whoops, who could have foreseen that coming?
Nobody.
Certainly not me.
Let's see here. Let's do guns. Alright. Yeah, it does seem like everyone is against the NCR, even Todd Howard. So,
I'd be more NCR if they are completely stupid.
Yeah. Wile E. Coyote might have been involved. I mean, honestly, with the way the rocket took off, I would not be surprised. Do you think we'll see Coyote versus Acme? You know that game?
The movie?
Yeah, the one that Zaslav's trying to bury.
I hope so, but I have no real... Like, I'd like to see it, but I have no hope that they're gonna...
There's anonymous people saying that they have it backed up or something, but who knows how realistic that actually is.
And then, hey, Dave the Impaler. Yeah, my spurs are jingling and jangling. So.
Ooh, like keys.
I got spurs, they jingle, jangle, jingle. Oh, he's here now. Okay. Alright, so I gotta go talk to Manny.
Howdy.
And then, what's Hardcore Bunny saying?
I know the Popeye movie from Sony was released as an animatic. I think that one was actually just leaked, wasn't it?
Possibly.
I have no idea.
And Tom Kenny as Popeye, that's just so good.
Wasn't that like an Imagine-y
I remember
movie?
hearing people...
Like,
was it?
Imagine, like... Oh, speaking of that, did you ever see Imagine-y's Legend of Zelda video?
No,
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, leaked, released. Yeah, pretty much.
Looking for Benny? He was traveling with some members from my old gang.
Oh, so I guess Dave the Impaler always has a big iron on his hip.
It's straight up Route 93 from here. No clue.
All right.
Aren't they all a little too modern day these days? I don't watch too many movies, honestly. I think the only real modern one I've watched outside of the Mario movie and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Those were pretty good. But the last one I've watched, most recent one I've watched, is Kung Fu Panda 4.
Huh.
And I've already talked at length about how much I hate it.
Yeah. I think after we're done with the stream, I'll pull up the Imagine Legend of Zelda thing and I'll show it to you.
I'm for sure gonna say Sonic 3.
Oh yeah. I hope they make a
It,
star.
it looks like it's gonna be Jim Carrey's. Looks like it's gonna be Jim Carrey's swan song.
Yeah.
Came out of retirement just for it.
I mean, like Sonic 2. If Sonic 2 was his last movie, that still would have been a good movie to end on. You know, but having this be his final performance, I think it's like he trusts the creators, and it's like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then like all that talk about how like he'd only come back if he gets to be a game accurate Eggman in a fat suit and stuff. Like, oh boy, I can't wait to see how that looks.
Yeah, then Quiet Red Media says, I would have loved this. Oh shit.
The 06 design is about to get vindicated, maybe.
Wait, what?
I guess.
Oh.
The more realistic, wrinkly Eggman.
Oh my god, Nick, can you read the comments? Sorry.
Yeah. Hardcore Buddy says Jim Carrey might want to go on the run before they release the Epstein Law. And Dave says, remember IGN Zelda April Fool's trailer? Our gullible people
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
I remember that. I knew it wasn't real. So I was like, look, the time, the date, that's their health. But now I'm hearing a lot that they want to make a legit live-action Zelda movie, and I'm just like, no. Like, alright, look, I wasn't happy about Illumination doing the Mario movie, but they didn't do a terrible job on it.
And I'm dead.
And that little bit of robots that they did will fit a lot better with Zelda, because she is typically highly competent and quite a fighter.
Yeah.
So honestly...
But yeah, I remember when that came out. It was crazy.
Illumination could do a Zelda movie.
Yeah, I think...
I'm not saying I'd enjoy it, but...
I know a lot of people have been wanting Ghibli to do it.
Yeah, well, Ghibli would do a really great job of... You could take any Zelda plot from any of the games, and Ghibli would find a way to make it the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
Or they could go their own route and just make up a new plot. But honestly, people say that because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are essentially Ghibli movies as video games.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I do really wish we could see Studio Ghibli do a Zelda movie. I know it's probably never gonna happen.
I mean,
But,
didn't they say they actually are making a Zelda movie or something?
I think that is on the table, especially now that like Mario just kind of opened the floodgates, and now Nintendo is open to allowing more of their IPs to receive the same treatment.
Yeah.
But what they said about the movie, though, from what I've heard, is that they want to make it like live action.
I mean,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Out of all the Nintendo properties, Zelda and Metroid are really the only ones that could work in live action.
No.
I mean, imagine
Don't do that to my boy.
I mean, imagine if they tried to make a live action Mario movie. Ugh, one shudders to think.
F-Zero could work.
F-Zero would be like a Netflix kind of thing.
Although granted, a live action F-Zero movie would probably be majority CGI, like Tron or something anyway, or Speed Racer.
Oh, oh my God!
It'd be a stretch. It'd be a stretch to call it live action. It would just be a whatever you call the Blues Clues style.
Over there.
Hardcore Bunny says it's gonna be on Netflix from what I hear. No! And no, Link shouldn't talk. I wouldn't mind if he talked a bit, honestly. Like, as big of a Zelda fan as I am, I wouldn't mind a Link that talks as long as they got it right. None of that cartoon bullcrap.
Yeah, frequently talking Mario ended up feeling pretty natural.
Yeah.
It did. But, like, Mario does talk a little bit in the game, like, small phrases. Link doesn't say anything, he just kind of grunts and makes noises.
Apparently he's a lot more talkative in the Japanese version of Super Mario Sunshine. Really weird how things played out with that one.
It's kind of funny, too. There's some differences even in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with how Link is portrayed. Like, in the Japanese version, the quest log is written more like Link's writing a journal. Which makes sense. And he'll even, like, write down the recipes for people if he does quests to, like, get them food, like ingredients and stuff. He'll be like, oh, in case I want to taste it later. They took all that out in the English version for some reason.
That's really stupid.
More like a generic quest log. It is. They took out my boy's personality. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I honestly really like it when games treat the quest logs like the character themselves is writing it.
Agreed. I think.
And for Link.
Sorry.
That was something I was considering for a game concept of mine, and now I'm like, yeah, okay, now I definitely got to do it.
Can you catch up on the chats, please?
Yeah. Hardcore says, Star Fox would have been awesome as a movie. Quiet Red Media says, take his scalp!
Well,
Their skin is
the
moist
thing is,
and valuable.
we had a Star Fox movie. It's called Star Wars.
No.
How are they remotely similar?
I mean,
no.
Star Fox was made in the Star, you know.
No.
Yes.
And, Hardcore Bunny says, the Fox in Space shows how much potential a serial series based on Star Fox would be. Mr. Hooded Raven says, Nick's luck needs to pick up.
I mean, I got him. Got him the second time, so.
Deathclaw one. And you did the Deathclaw run successfully.
Yeah, that was luck though.
Legit.
All right. Looks like the chats are popping. So, what they saying?
Quiet Remains says they don't both do a barrel roll, and Dave says Xenoblade could be great in live action, but it would be very ambitious.
Yeah, i.e. expensive. Missing shot after shot. Shut up. Oh, he's wearing the space helmet. Alright, what's the chat saying?
Dave says Star Fox is essentially Top Gun meets The Last Starfire and Watership Down, and Mr. Hooded Raven says, I'm no better. LOL.
Yeah. It's all good, brother. We're just having fun tonight. Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest. I'm mostly just doing this to grab the quick travel point. We're heading to Boulder City. I've never actually seen Watership Down. I know it's like a really brutal movie.
It's a kid's movie too. Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. That's a real quandary.
Like, I actually know the story behind it. Like, it was supposed to be like a tale the guy told his children every day or like every night or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they convinced him to make it into like a legit kids movie. All I have to say is, why was it so brutal? Was it like this in the book? I mean, I have the book on Audible. I just haven't read it.
Yeah, I hear the book is pretty brutal.
The lore he came up with for the rabbits is actually very interesting from what I've heard. And it kind of feels like it could be like a legit real world thing. Like if rabbits are that kind of sentient.
Huh.
But oh my god, it's so cold.
Oh yeah, the Christopher Robin movie is really good. I like that movie.
So I haven't watched it.
You should.
Fine by me.
Alright. Did you know that the original Robin Hood, the original Winnie the Pooh toys are on display at the New York Public Library?
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. I believe those are just rad roaches, so we should be good.
Do you know that apparently the real life Christopher Robin is a like series based on him?
Wait, what?
That's what I heard, yeah. I heard that like a long time ago though. I have no idea how to refer to it.
Hey there, need anything?
The reason I don't is because I'm mostly just doing like I'm doing kind of like a smarty cowboy build. I don't really feel like doing a laser pistol. That's why. And what's Dave saying?
Fine by me.
Dave says would be funny if they are haunted like the Annabelle doll and Bear Demon stole you home from the library. No, thank you. I have enough to deal with without Bear Demons.
Yeah.
Hey there, need anything? Sure, here's what I got.
And then what's Hardcore Buddy saying?
That Winnie the Pooh horror movie was cringe. What kind of Monday is Blood and Pooh anyway?
Apparently they're making a sequel to it, so
Somehow.
yeah.
honestly, the funniest thing is that me and a mutual on Twitter were kind of talking amongst ourselves about how much we kind of didn't like it and how dumb it was. And one of like the dudes who worked on it, I guess, saw the post and got butthurt and started like clapping back.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How does it feel to be famous, Max?
It didn't get very much attention, actually, from what I saw. Dude, like, take the L. Like, come on, you have to know that the movie you guys worked on was not great at all.
Yeah. And then what's Quiet Red Media saying, the rest of them? Oh, they already released a sequel, so...
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
It was, and I don't use this word lightly, it was kind of problematic.
Oh.
Actually, in a weird way, like... So, this girl, who you think is going to be the lead girl, like the survivor chick, she has a problem with a stalker, I think, if I'm remembering it correctly. And the reason she goes out to where Boo and the others are is to get away from that, like on a therapy kind of thing, recommended by her therapist. Again, I'm not sure if I remember this all correctly. But then she ends up dying.
Huh.
And it was like the last few moments. And it's like, really? Really? You're gonna do that to her? Like, never mind the fact that you're essentially destroying... Well, you can't really destroy a childhood, but that you're, like, taking this childhood icon and you're kind of, like, trying to put your own mark on it in the worst possible way ever. But you have an actually fairly interesting character in the form of this girl who's just trying to, like, heal. And instead of using this in a way that any good horror movie would, and have her kind of maybe not heal right away from her trauma, but kind of help get her on the path to healing, you're like, well, what if we just kill her off?
Why?
Yeah, that is something I've been... That is something I've been getting more and more irked with lately, with just seeing writers get attached to long-running franchises, just seeming to be more interested in stamping their mark on the IP and just making pointless, shocking changes just for the sake of it over making actual, compelling, consistent iterations.
What's even worse is like you see the changes leak out and then you watch the show, it's like, oh, like for example, like, oh, Morph is non-binary in X-Men 97. Literally is never brought up in the show. The only time we even get close to it is that he gets they, them pronouns in the end credits. They made such a huge deal, you know.
Oh, wow. Such an icon.
He got Dumbledored.
Alright, what's Dave saying?
Dave says there were some decently brutal kills, and I like the ironic cool plot elements. The first element, like, to the screen of Christopher Robin whipping him with Blair. No! I disagree with that. Like, I like horror, alright? I am kind of a big horror fan, especially, like, when it comes to video games. I guess video games now more so than movies, because movies are... They try too hard to be subversive and edgy. It's like, I don't know, that's just not what I want from my horror.
I am getting
like
so
horror, like,
sick and tired of subversions.
Yeah, subversion.
Anyone else?
Anytime I hear
if we just got a movie... If we just got a movie about a knight in shining armor who rescues a princess from a fire-breathing dragon with absolutely no twists whatsoever, that would feel like an innovative breath of fresh air.
I mean, look at Reacher. I mean, Reacher is basically just a very well done modern interpretation of The Man with No Name. You know, and it's successful because it does that. You know, it's just crazy.
Here's the funny thing about subverting expectation or subversions at all. You do it too much, and that becomes the expectation. It's no longer a subversion.
Yeah.
It has an expiration date.
It's funny though because I like horror. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the original, the '70s. I like Halloween. I even kind of like uh, Friday the 13th, like the first two. Not as much as the other two movies mentioned, but I do like them. I
Yeah.
feel like horror's just kind of gone downhill. Oh, and also The Thing, specifically John Carpenter's The Thing, which is a remake actually.
Yeah.
The original was okay, but it's we'll say a product of its time, just to be nice.
I will say, if you want like a nice kind of classic story, I do have a novel that's coming out that's basically the hero's journey, but set from the mentor's point of view. So if you want that kind of like sci-fi fantasy stuff, I got you covered. That's coming out. I'm going to be doing the thing for it in August.
See, we just
Yeah, The Thing does seem to come up as like the definitive example of remake that's better than the original.
and it actually is. Which I guess, I mean, considering what back when the thing first came out as a movie, because it's like an adaptation loosely of a book.
Oh,
Yeah, what was it called? Like Who Goes There, I think.
and then Hardcore Bunny says, can you catch up with the chat, please? Sorry.
Where'd it leave off?
Yeah, Hardcore Bunny, and then go forward from there.
I'm getting real tired. And we are.
You gotta do it live, or should I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They took him.
Oh boy.
They took him.
Where are we?
also the Halloween theme. Oh my god, it's just it's like one of the greatest pieces of music ever made.
Literally. Here, got it. Did you guys notice how much darker they made Storm in X-Men 97? She has shoe polish on her face. I did not notice that.
So you're saying they pulled an OJ?
Ha! And Dave says it's kind of the whole point of doing a horror movie because it went public domain to poke a sacred cow for those who want to see that. Anyone can do a classic poo movie too. Yeah, but why though? I don't know. Maybe I'm just so burnt out on having people do that kind of edgy take on classic fairy tale, whatever. Oh, look, you can ruin people's childhood with this. Isn't that neat? No, it's stupid. Why? Why bother? Why would you... I don't know. Why would you waste your time on something like that when you could actually be creating meaningful art?
We get enough of that from Hollywood. Why does the indie scene need to get on this too?
Exactly. And Quiet Red Media says, I'm a big fan of Nick Cage. There's a movie called Arcadian that I'm stoked to see. That's great. Nick Cage is cool.
Yeah.
Hardcore Bunny says the first Halloween is still a masterclass in suspenseful dark horror. It is, and the only sequel I've ever watched is from the 2018. It's okay. Definitely not as good as the original, but I do kind of like the references they make to the different versions that have been out. Like, the fact that they retconned she was his sister, actually, long lost sister. I kind of like that twist, but John Carpenter himself has stated that he hates that he made up that twist, and he had only really done it kind of as a desperation move. So, I get why he doesn't like it. And I do appreciate the nod to it where they just say, oh yeah, that was just a rumor people made to feel better.
Oh, look. It's everyone's favorite companion. Look. Look. It's Felicia Day.
I'm not seeing dog meat.
No offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Wow, you have come along. Well,
it's Felicia Day, everybody.
I live in a hole in the ground.
Nice.
Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical.
Quiet Red Media says Nick Cage is gone. Hardcore says it was the night he came home. Was that the boogeyman?
And actually, these days, I think they.
Wait, well.
I had a run-in with this.
Dave says I like both things. Movies. Carpenter still wants a bit more faithful to the original story. There was a prequel too, but it was unnecessary. Yeah, the prequel was unnecessary and lazy.
Hey. Ooh, very exciting.
Honestly, I just tell Hollywood to stop at this point.
You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like he can really handle himself. There are places I've never. Good. If I turn
Baby Krogan says people being edgy to try and rope in the more curious. Hardcore Bunny says American McGee did that with Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, but he actually made it make sense, and it wasn't just needlessly edgy. It was him kind of trying to go through his own screwed up life. And honestly, I give Alice in Wonderland, American McGee's Alice Madness in the past because it's good. Like, legitimately, they're both good.
Yeah.
And I'm very sad we don't get the sequel, prequel, whatever it was he had planned.
Well, what sucks is those games are stuck in rights limbo. So we're probably not going to see those for a long time. I think American has tried to buy it, but EA basically owns the rights, and they're not selling anytime soon.
Yeah, they don't do anything with it. They're just being greedy corporate assholes about it.
I think you can buy it on Origin, maybe. But I'm not sure.
Kinda. Maybe you could have at once, but I haven't seen that.
I mean, honestly, what they need to do is they need to do like a 1 and 2 collection, like remastered. That should get them some money.
But yeah, Baby Krogan says someone get this woman a free dress. Dave says it's not that big a trope, just for fun. It can be cathartic.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've seen it way too many times. People trying to be edgy.
Yeah.
It burned me out. Hardcore says it was a female fantasy, which always goes against the grain for horror movies. Yeah. Yeah. Quiet Red Media, no offense, things make you wrong. And Hardcore says, I think Who but Blood and Honey is just lazy, doesn't try to be good. It feels more like they were trying to just get a quick, cheap thing out there to make money. To be honestly. I've already said before, but I don't like when horror tries to be in your face with jump scares and gore. I like more subdued psychological horror, because that's when it's really horror. The kind of thing that'll stay with you in the night and keep you up. On that note, go play Silent Hill or Silent Hill 2 if you want free horror.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play the HD remaster of Silent Hill 2, though.
Oh dear God, that thing was a mess.
Good. They removed the fog!
Why?
Why would you remove the fog? And if you want to say, oh, but the voice acting puts me off in 2, it's supposed to. They've literally gone on record in interviews and said that the reason the voice acting is so off is on purpose. It's supposed to be weird and dreamlike.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to basically be a waking nightmare for everyone but the little girl Laura. Yes! Hardcore Bunny, you get it. Horror should always leave you feeling unsafe when the movie ends.
All right, I'm posting
Ooh, yes.
Nick's. I'm posting Hardcore Bunny's link in the Discord chat. I'd like you to post it on the stream, please.
Absolutely. You should always feel like someone is in the house with you after a horror movie. You should. No, nobody in Hollywood or the indie scene gets that anymore, though.
Lug, I got your thing. Am I still having that thing, the issue you talked to me about? Sorry.
I don't think I hear anymore.
All right. Yep.
All right, I have posted the link.
All right, there's the link to Hardcore Bunny's Substack. Anyone in the chat, check it out if you can. Also, if you're in the chat right now, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Had to say it at least once.
Here's an interesting fact, actually. So, apparently, there's always been this rumor that the town of Silent Hill was based off of a real-life town. I can't remember the name of it.
Centralia, Pennsylvania. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't, though. People like to say that, it's not actually fog and snow in Silent Hill. It's soot and the smoke.
Apparently the Silent Hill creator is like really annoyed, and he's like sick and tired of people bringing that up.
Yeah, well, the monster designer I know certainly is Masahiro Ito. I follow him on Twitter, and apparently the movie did actually lean into that. That's why it confused a lot of people. But no, it absolutely is not smoke and soot or ash or whatever you want to call it. It's just snow and fog. That's it. That's all. The connection is not there. That's a lie. You've been lied to. The fabrication, it never happened.
Yeah. Those bastards lied to me.
Hardcore Bunny says, after watching The Exorcist, I swear I could see Kazuzu's face out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, that's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave says, when it comes to low-budget indie horror films, I get some good kills and gore, disturbing imagery I'm satisfied with it. Every film doesn't have to be The Shining, just entertainment. Alright. Yeah, but horror is different. It should be.
Yeah, it certainly hits different.
Good horror should absolutely horrify you. In the name.
Alright.
What? It's not supposed to make you feel cozy and make you giggle? But that's what social media tells me.
Social media lied to you.
I'm not opposed to gore. I get very squeamish and I don't like it very much, but I'm not opposed to it if it's used for a purpose.
Alright,
I've played Doom Eternal over and over again, so you can probably guess.
Blair Witch Project was indie and it sucked balls. Well, kinda yes and no. Honestly, it was the worst movie that ever got mainstream attention. Well, you clearly haven't seen its sequel then. Now there's probably a bunch of people who are like, wait, the Blair Witch got a sequel? I'm not talking about the more recently made one, I mean Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
My god, were they trying too hard. I hate it when blood flows freely from a womb as if it was a running tap. I do too.
But I like it when it goes blood splatter, splatter. Well, I'm just being stupid.
Honestly, I feel like in this day and age, we have people are forgetting that you can just, chill out.
Yeah.
not everything has to be a massive, like, gore fest or anything. You can just let some things be. And, oh my god, horror movies that overuse their soundtrack or their sound system.
See, my thing is, I'm not a fan of jump scares, and too many horror movies just endlessly rely on it.
Especially with that stupid, like, I don't even know what you call it. But you know the sound that plays when there's a jump scare, the...
Yeah.
It's like the musical equivalent of a gasp. Like, oh, did we get you? Did we scare you? I bet we scared you, didn't we? Ah, we got you. No, you didn't. You annoyed me, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't mind jump scares if they're well placed and they serve a purpose. But
I
if you overuse
like a good atmospheric horror. That's more my jam.
I know. I'm sorry if I expect more from my media, but like.
How dare you have standards? How dare you?
I don't know. Horror's always been kind of unique to me in that I don't. It doesn't deserve to seem lazy.
Alright, where's my favorite person? Oh, there she is!
Are you here to drop off supplies?
I wish Kieran was here right now. So, you know who this voice actress is? It's Laura Bailey! My girl!
Oh, nice!
Yeah. I finished up Spider-Man, so I probably won't be replaying that anytime soon. Might play Miles Morales or 2, I don't know.
Just come see. So far, the Crimson Caravan. You might ask around at Nick and Ralph's, or
you'll have to tell me if you do end up playing Miles Morales so I can go to the store for milk and cigarettes.
Oh my god, that's bad.
Thanks for the donation. We need a regular lab. Yes, old Bill Ronte. Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machine. The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them.
Alright, can you catch up on the comments, please?
Yep.
In Freeside, the drum.
Quiet Remedius says, yeah, it's cheap. And Hardcore Bunny says, indie slasher movies were good when there was mystery element to the killer, like Bloody Valentine and Sleepaway Camp, where the whole point was trying to figure out who was the killer. Sleepaway Camp is very interesting, specifically because of its killer. Let's not let the more modern crowd get a hold of it. Dave says horror encompasses a broader genre than movies that attempt to with gore-focused films or movies that make you reflect on the darker elements of reality. And you've already answered Quiet Red Media. Quiet Red Media says, don't lie to me. Baby Krogan says, find my gay husband.
Okay, who is your gay husband, Krogan? Who should I go? Who should I go search out?
There's only like one gay character in this game that I remember.
Looking for a fix, man?
Dave the Impaler says, I don't believe lazy action films don't even romantic movies go past as horror doesn't, but they always do. No, I don't like laziness in any genre, but especially in horror, because I have a special connection to horror. Romantic movies are always lazy. I don't think I have ever seen a genuinely good romance that was like, you know what? I like that. That made me feel good about love.
Oh, Arcade. Oh yeah, the Enclave guy. Yeah, isn't I think Arcade is actually gay in this game.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell.
Action films get more leeway, I think, with laziness, because as long as you have good action, that's all anyone really cares about if they're fans of that genre. Not me, though. I want a good story, too.
Yeah, Princess Bride is a good romance. And then he's voiced by Zachary Levi, yeah. Oh, really? Apparently License to Kill has a good one.
Princess Bride is actually, I think, the only romance movie I like. It's kind of like a perfect 10 out of 10 to me. Not just because of its romance, actually, no part due to its romance, but because the rest of it is just so funny. Like, the characters are perfectly hilarious. The acting is top notch.
And then, yeah.
Dave says the general public seems to be harder on horror movies than any other genre, and that always rubs me the wrong way. Because it's kind of like there's more. I think because horror movies kind of always had this kind of black sheep of the family kind of vibe to them. I know, even though I wasn't around for this, but I know back in the day they weren't really all that popular and were in fact kind of seen as a career killer for a lot of bigger stars, especially stars who would become like super famous. So I think the reason people are harder on horror movies nowadays is because it's kind of like a, well, you've got to prove yourself kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't think
I guess there's a... Yeah, I guess there's a similar attitude with comedies as well, with like... Well, it's not... It's this genre. It's not supposed to be good.
Yeah, but I'd say it's more like comedies have always kind of been accepted in the general audience, population, whatever you want to call it. But Hollywood has always kind of, in a way, looked down on horror movies, and it's only now that it's kind of starting to look up for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, go probably did to help it. I mean, if you see, I didn't watch the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I have seen clips. Oh, you're getting canceled, bro. No. No. Whoever came up with that line, you need to go and sit with your head, lock yourself in the cone of shame and just sit in the corner for at least
Alright,
2 days.
Give him a bonk. Give him a bonk.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bad. Be good to horror.
Bad.
There hasn't been a mainstream horror movie in over a decade. Even the sequel to Terrifier had that girl power moment. The reboot of Chainsaw Massacre is garbage. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
I honestly didn't watch anything. I don't know. I kind of fell out of watching movies a long time ago, and I kind of just go to video games now for my horror. I feel like yeah, you're gonna get your duds, and they're gonna suck. They're gonna suck hard. Not every
That's what she
game
said.
is gonna be made well or confidently. Haha, very funny. But the ones who are made well with love and competence, they are gems.
And then Quagger and me said, "Well, the final girl has been a trope for a long time." Yeah, like that's the thing about horror movies that I actually find really interesting from a media study perspective is they're oddly puritanical. Like, you know, the whole demonization of sex thing.
Which doesn't actually happen in a whole lot of horror movies that I've ever seen, weirdly enough.
Really?
But yeah, like I think the only times I've ever seen them in horror movies are in the really bad ones. Like there was the House of Wax remake, which is funny because it's a remake of a remake.
Hey.
The Vincent Price one that they were remaking with Paris Hilton and all of those newer stars, like the early 2000s, that was the Vincent Price one was also a remake of a much older movie. So the remake of the remake is total trash and has Paris Hilton in it. That's one of the few times I've ever actually seen that puritanical sex is bad, okay, guys?
Huh.
Message. I think for a couple of the movies that they kind of started on, it was more of a coincidence. But then as people became more and more aware of the tropes, people started leaning into them more, like Hollywood would lean into them more. Because by then it's just kind of like, I don't know, ingrained or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that like a lot of people will say that that's where the Friday the 13th kind of got it was started the trend, but like I don't know. I mean, the only reason a couple of the characters got killed was because they were trying to get it on, but it didn't really reach me like Texas bad puritanical ravings kind of thing.
All right. Can you catch up on the chat, please? That was a really good speech. I appreciate it.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Looking for a fix, man?
Hardcore says no sex in horror is actually because it's good horror.
You know what?
Because good horror terrorizes the golden cast of the day. Nightmare on Elm Street was about child danger. Friday the 13th was about sex freedom. And Terrifier is about a plan who brutalizes women, which goes against today's issue era of all feminist movements.
Yeah.
That's why I like the original Halloween. It was hey, evil can come in any shape or form, even the form of a small child. And that child can break out and go and kill again. As an adult.
Bye.
Horror monsters always attack the values of societies of the times hold. Does that mean Dracula, when it was made, people were afraid of foreigners? Actually, yes, that makes too much sense.
Yeah, I mean, movies are always a reflection of the times in which they're made. I've said this before.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of upset that Universal did Dracula as dirty as they did. It's not a good at all.
Oh, really? How so?
There's there's a lot to go through. I don't really think anyone wants to hear me do a full movie review, but let's just say the Spanish version is much better. I think.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the 30s Dracula. Yeah, I've actually heard that.
Yeah. The only good in it, I think, for me personally, would be Bela Lugosi as Dracula because he has such a presence to him, and the set design is pretty great too.
Yeah. My favorite Dracula movie is Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's my favorite.
That's mine too. It's really good. I'm just sad that there's no Bela Lugosi. Yeah, honestly, what happened to Lugosi is like really tragic, actually.
Yeah.
Or the Hammer horror. I like Hammer horror movies too. Not all of them, but some of them are good.
At least a couple of doses of. I can take doses. Man, you're...
Christopher Lee as Dracula is always a treat.
And a bottle of whiskey for Bill. Okay.
Come on, man, I'm dying.
Alright. So I gotta get a bottle of whiskey. There should be some with the Wrangler. Yeah, agreed, Dave.
This is... Welcome back. What can I get?
Alright, oh, crap.
You need to up your speech.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to.
Another satisfied customer.
But yeah, as far as the zombie things, like the reason zombies were like really popular, and in like the early 2000s was kind of like fear of the other, the enemy within.
What can I get you? Sure.
Oh, mother digger. I just need one.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
So, Lug. Have you seen the second Doom movie?
Oh yeah, I've seen both Doom movies.
Yeah,
They're okay sci-fi action flicks, but they make very little use of the IP.
Yeah, I've seen the first one, and it's not terrible. I heard Annihilation is bad.
It was okay. I mean, it certainly helped that the director is a legit fan, but unfortunately, according to, I remember him putting a rather agitated tweet thread explaining that Universal gave him like 1/10 of the budget that he needed, and he just had to salvage up whatever it was he could do with it. Like, he was hoping for like a theatrical release, and they basically made it the equivalent of a direct-to-DVD movie instead. I think maybe it was like to just he'd been trying to do so much to get it off the ground for ages, and I think they only ended up letting him do it just because they'd be able to hold on onto the rights a little longer.
And then, Nix, can you read Dave's comment?
Sir, no, the Spanish version of Dracula is not bad. The cast sucks by comparison and attempts at more fluid cinematography are dated compared to the atmosphere of the Todd Browning version. I don't know. I mean, I like the original for what it is, but I can acknowledge it's great. And the Spanish version is better in certain places, but I will say some of the cast isn't doing that page.
It certainly didn't help that how antagonistic Doom Annihilation's social media marketing got. That was not representative of the actual film. I don't think he was too happy. I don't think the director was too happy about that.
Ah, dang it. Looks like I do have to up my speech. Because I can't access her without a good speech. So, yeah.
You know what I think is kind of amusing little thing that I guess almost seems like it's got to be a tradition now? Both live-action Doom movies have a character named Dr. Carmack.
Well, yeah, it's a tribute to it's a tribute to Adrian Carmack, one of the key people of Doom.
Oh yeah.
No, okay, that was a joke. It's a tribute to John Carmack. Isn't it funny how they have two Carmacks on Doom and they're not actually related?
Yeah, that keeps coming up. Yeah, there's 2 Johns and there's 2 Carmacks.
We get food from nearby wasteland farmers.
And one of them is both.
Alright, Lug, can you read Dave's comment, please?
The Mummy with Boris Karloff is my favorite Golden Age Universal Monsters movie. A really atmospheric, doomed, gothic romance.
Oh my god, yes! I love The Mummy. I read, they had like a novelization of it, and I had it as a child. I read it almost religiously.
The only Mummy that I'm really familiar with is the Brendan Fraser version.
I'm very familiar with that one too, and I love it.
Yeah, I saw that in Returns. Never did see the Scorpion King stuff or Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Or
I actually only got in.
Or that thing that had what's his face? Tom Cruise in it.
Scorpion
the one that
King
he mangled personally.
Scorpion King is okay.
Not great.
Crazy how many movies they made out of that, just like a spin-off.
They had a
and yet it's had like no real like pop culture impact, but there's been so many of it. It's so weird.
Scorpion King?
Yeah, there's like 4 of them.
Really?
The Mummy with Brendan Fraser actually got a cartoon adaptation.
Oh my god, I actually remember watching it, you know. It had like the manacle.
I used to love it.
Yeah, it all centered around like the manacle of Osiris. You know, like the MacGuffin from the second movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, like one moment that kind of sticks out in my head is the Mummy goes up to like a Rosetta Stone. It's like ancient Greek, a most poetic language. It's just kind of one of those things where it just kind of sticks out in your head.
I remember really liking it as a child, and I even had a VCR cassette tape.
What really sucks is if you ever try and talk about the Mummy TV show, everyone just wants to talk about Mummies Alive, which I never even heard of that show until like the late 2000s. Even though
I never heard of it until like.
Oh yeah, I remember stumbling upon some like DVD collections of it at some store once. I'm like, what is this? And I just kind of forgot about it for years until suddenly people just kept bringing it up on Twitter out of the blue.
And Hardcore Bunny says Italian horror is pretty interesting. It is actually, and the first Clock Tower game, which we did not get here, anywhere in the West, is actually based on Dario Argento's Suspiria.
Yeah, I believe it.
It even had a Jennifer Connelly lookalike as the protagonist. Which is great.
Yeah. Jennifer Connelly is always a win.
The Mummy's animated TV show. I used to love it as a kid. Now, when I go back and try to watch an episode, I'm like, wow, they snark and catchphrase way too much. Like, I get it. The early 2000s was a snarky time, you know, sarcasm and it's all around. But like, it can only take so much.
Yeah, it's good that they're making the Dark Tower game. I'm happy.
Yes! Alright, so I got the name of the movie wrong, Dave. Thank you for correcting me. I'm gonna have to go and watch some Italian horror. Well, maybe not tonight. I have a birthday party to go to tomorrow for my niece.
Yeah.
We have to have 2 birthday parties for reasons. Fun family reasons.
I can fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
See, this side of the family hates this side of the family. And if we put them in the same room, there would be murder.
No, more like legal family reasons.
Oh, this side of the family has a restraining order against the other half.
Sort of, yeah. Well, nobody put a restraining order, but the cops were like, okay, you two cannot be anywhere near each other because there will be problems.
Yes, there will be violence.
Okay.
They will throw all the hands.
But it works out because neither party likes the other. So they're like, okay, whatever. But it's like, well, no, because that makes everyone else's lives miserable. What the hell?
How are you today? Indeed,
Yeah.
Santiago is a poet among pretenders. If you're here,
It's,
sirs.
genuinely gets to be a lot sometimes. Whatever.
Okay. I am honored. Later.
Alright. Alright, comments.
Hardcore Bunny says, I like Phenomena. It was really creepy how it played with shadows, and Diablo 1 is an underrated horror, has underrated horror elements. Dave says the creator of Metroid actually said the game was influenced by the color palette of Argento's Suspiria. Diablo 2, Hardcore Bunny says, really ruined the horror element of Diablo 1's dungeons and atmosphere. Honestly, nothing will be more funny to me than when I heard that the reason Resident Evil 8 wasn't as scary as 7 is because they had people complaining that 7 was too scary.
Thanks for not.
Like, really, the horror game, the game that was advertised specifically, strictly as horror, was too scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is,
wow.
Diablo 2 did have a lot of horror elements. What really killed Diablo was Diablo 3. Like, if you actually look at the development of it, the head of Diablo 3 was kind of an ass. They made it like way too cartoony. Like
Yeah.
that's why they really pitched Diablo 4 as kind of more of a correction or return to form, or at least an attempt anyway.
The attempt was made.
Oh. Speaking of which, Hardcore Bunny, wasn't there a game recently where you can actually, there's a slider to change the spiders to crabs? I remember hearing about that.
You won't need a free size. Here's a little.
Actually kind of funny, but sad, in a way.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but if you have any kind of phobias that you can't work past if you're working on something that's horror related, and it requires those things that you're afraid of, I don't think you should be working on that project.
Yeah.
Yep. When I quit.
I don't like spiders. I hate them, in fact. I hate especially the spiders from Dragon Age Origins. Those things are freaky as hell looking. I hate the spiders in Skyrim. They are also freaky as hell looking, and both are very, very large. However, I have no qualms about killing them, because Mama didn't raise no wimp.
Yeah.
Well, Grandma didn't raise no wimp. Yeah, but hardcore, that was back in the day when people were cool. People aren't cool anymore.
You're cool, Nix.
Thank you.
And yes, Dovahkiin, the spiders in Skyrim are very scary.
They are. They don't need to be. What the heck, Todd Howard?
Yeah, that first spider, when you're playing Skyrim for the first time, and you have, that spider mini-boss, it freaks me the frick out. So.
The gigantic one with all the little ones? Oh, in the cave. Oh, no. No. Thank you. Do not want.
Oh, you mean Dave? Like how Arif what was it? Portrait. The first DS one. Yeah, they really changed the art styles with the last two. Or even, yeah. I'm a huge Castlevania fan. I need to play the Advanced Collection. Spiders should raise up their back legs and try and tackle you. It's actually kind of funny.
Spiders also haunt my dreams. Hardcore. I'm not even kidding about that. I have had so many nightmares where, like, for some reason, a room I'm in is, like, covered in spiders, and there's no way I can, like, kill them, and I just, it's like I can actually feel them crawling on me, and it freaks me out. I hate it.
Oh, that is... Ew.
And the first boss of Ocarina of Time was really creepy back in the day, playing as a kid, the Goma, yeah. Fun fact, there was actually a time where I couldn't even get past the first boss because I was just too freaked out.
Welcome back. I don't care. That son of a bitch McCaffrey. No one.
As long as the Daddy Longlegs stays out of my house, it's okay. It's cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't mind. Like, sometimes I'll have spiders in my apartment and like I can see them. I don't mind them because they trap the bugs. They eat the bugs.
For me, it's if they're outside. Like, I'll see some of them in the summer outside my window, like, hanging out, and I'll be like, you know what? You're cool. You stay outside. You eat the bugs out there that try to come towards the window. Got a deal? No? Bark it out. You're cool. If they're inside my house, they die.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
I did not invite you into my house. Get the heck out.
Yeah, Hardcore Bunny, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I have a desk fan, like, perched on my nightstand that I turn on. It's kind of a combination of, like, the noise and, like, the cool breeze in my face. It feels so good.
It's the same for me. That's why, and also it keeps the noise out of, coming out outside my room and coming through. So I like it. It's like a bit of noise cancellation.
Yeah. Nice. So Caffrey's on the strip. Okay.
Actually, good bit of gothic horror kind of romance that I have really grown to love, especially with its like beautiful illustrations. Is the Vampire Hunter D.
You want that Vampire D?
Not the first movie either. One second, I can't remember what the movie was called. I'm just googling. Bloodlust. Yeah. The designs actually of Vampire Hunter D in the movie, and I think in like the original, they kind of used them for like the original novel. I think too. Where
did you know the artist for Vampire Hunter D actually did a lot of the character designs for early Final Fantasy?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. In the art, especially in Bloodlust, it's gorgeous. And this is a movie that came out in 2000. It looks so much better than a lot of animes today. And I mean, like, the majority of, and this is kind of a controversial opinion, I guess, but it looks tremendously better than the majority of the animes that come out today, with the same old moe cutesy crap.
Yeah, I feel like most anime post 2002 just tend to look the same.
I don't like it at all. I mean, there are some anime that I like the style in, but it's getting to the point where it's just this generic style, and I see very few anime that try to go outside that box.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so much is that because Araki's art style changed so much over the years, and the animation team behind the main series that's been running this as long as it has this far is because they're all very unique art styles that
Yeah.
do take from the original manga, but it also improved them in a lot of significant ways. I
Yeah.
don't like that they kind of censor the gore a lot of the time, and there are certain moments from the manga that are missing in the anime that I really liked that I'm kind of bummed to not see,
Yeah.
that I've mentioned before. But on the whole, I'd say I'm pretty happy with how the anime has gone on, and I really like the art style. Actually, I really like the Stardust Crusaders OVA that came out years ago.
Really? I know I'm not
Yeah.
playing in hardcore mode. I'm just playing normal.
We're not cool enough for hardcore mode yet.
Not yet, but one day.
It's actually kind of. It also helps that every part of JoJo is like its own little, its own genre. Like the first part is a classic Victorian vampire horror story in a lot of ways, with some romance subplot. The part two, following Jonathan's grandson, is like a round the world trip, fighting Aztec vampire gods. It's interesting to me. Like an Indiana Jones adventure. And then part three is like around the world in 80 days, but with a smaller time limit. And they're just trying to get to Egypt to fight a vampire. And then part four is like a small town murder mystery with supernatural elements. Not featuring a vampire this time around.
Oh, man.
JoJo without vampires? What?
Alright, can you
I
read
know, right?
Dovakin's comments, please?
I've never played the hardcore mode. I am real worried to try it, but I think Fallout 4's hardcore mode is much easier. Fallout 4 feels like they dumbed down everything. Like they're actively trying to make it easier for the player to play.
Yeah.
But I've said before, I don't like the death claws in Fallout 4 because they don't look as scary as they used to, and I like that they look scary. They looked like the murder machines they were made to be. Fallout 4's goofy art style that looks kind of like melted plastic and Play-Doh makes them look a little too cuddly for my liking. You can fight me on that if you want, but it's the truth, and I'm sticking by it.
No, I don't want to fight you.
Kind of funny, too, because my first ever time finding a Deathclaw and getting into a fight with one was in 3, and they looked horrifying. Say what you want about the lackluster graphics in 3, and anything else to do with 3, but the Deathclaws,
They scary.
those things are nightmare-inducing. Yeah. I think the baby Deathclaws are scary in New Vegas, says Novac. They are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I'm actually kind of worried about what I'm going to see if I do buy 76. Because Fallout 4, and weirdly enough, there's no graphical mods to make them look better for Fallout 4, and I'm kind of mad about that.
That's weird.
Like, they're like, oh yeah, this is a graphical overhaul for Scary Deathclaws, and I loaded it into the game, and I'm like, this doesn't help.
Yeah.
No changes.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is weird because it's like it's not a bad game. Like, if you just kind of played it, if you kind of like just shove the idea of it being a Fallout game out of your head, it's actually kind of enjoyable. But it's not a good Fallout game. In fact, I would dare and say it's not even a Fallout game to begin with.
Actually, the funniest thing I have seen come from Fallout 4 is during the start of the Fallout show's kind of popularity, like when people were starting to get into watching it, and like we heard there was gonna be a show in general. One of the lead writers for the games, allegedly, came out and was like, "Oh yeah, you know Nate, the male protagonist of Fallout 4?"
I remember that. That was just pure. They were just trying to engagement farm. That was all it was.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, he's this guy in Fallout 2, whatever, and not the soldier that's shooting the Canadian, but he's beside him, and everyone was like, oh, that makes Nate a war criminal? Thanks! He's like, wait, no, what? No, that's not true. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, here's what happened. The moron wanted to engagement farm because Fallout popular, I'm going to say stupid thing. It got way out of hand. Or, I think what happened is he said a stupid thing, but Bethesda be like, you need to take that back, like, right now, because you're, you know. It might be the latter. Because you don't mess with Fallout 4.
Yeah. John Howard's might come down and beat you.
Yes.
I'm actually looking at a Fallout 76 Decibel on Google right now, and I gotta say, no.
Oh, Nick.
No.
I need you to pay attention to what's on screen.
Uh-oh.
This is very famous.
Oh, I know. I know you.
It's Fisto.
I did the quest.
Is that?
Yes, sir. Fisto reporting for duty. Please assume the position.
Oh God.
I am programmed for your pleasure.
The bird by ears, everyone.
Did someone want to eat this robot, or am I thinking of something else?
Yes.
Oh, I avoided it. I thought you were like forced to, like, you know. But apparently, you can actually avoid assuming the position. Assumed a position.
Okay, yeah, I did stumble upon another streamer who was streaming this, so maybe that was from her.
Oh my God! Wild Wasteland. This is Wild Wasteland.
What the heck?
Are we sure it's from the Wild Wasteland?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
never played a version of the game without it.
Getting total painkiller vibes looking at this.
Avoided assuming the position. What is it? Daisy Impaler? Was it Late Night with the Devi?
Late Night with the Devil. Recommended.
I am not familiar with it.
Neither am I, but I will check it out.
Also, Dovahkiin confirms Wild Wasteland.
Okay, well then I have never played the game without Wild Wasteland as a perk. Yeah, that sounds like me.
You sound like a person who plays Vampire the Masquerade, but only plays Malkavian.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to go with other clans, but I can't. I'm a Malkav heart.
Well,
it's just too interesting.
Well, you are crazy, so that makes sense.
getting back to the topic of nightmares and plans, though, I actually had a weird nightmare, not really nightmare, a couple of nights ago. My brain kept trying to make it a nightmare, we'll say that. So basically, I won't get too into the details, but for one reason or another, I was trying to call my grandfather to get him to come back to the house. And I decided to go, like, walk all the way into this town. Or maybe a DVD slide, I don't remember exactly, but essentially, as soon as I reached the town, it's like my brain kept trying to turn it into a clown-based horror movie. Oh, like killer clowns kind of thing. Not like real clown
Oh,
clowns.
so you
like,
wanted some cotton candy, I take it.
People were like starting, their hair was starting to turn green, and like evil clowns were starting to pop up, kind of thing.
Wow.
And I have no idea why, but Dream Me was just completely disinterested in the whole thing. I'm like, nope, this isn't happening. I've already got shit I'm dealing with. One thing at a time.
All the nopes. Nyx is like all the nopes.
And like there was this one woman who was being like really super ominous, and she was like starting to turn, and she was like, "Oh, were you listening to my call?" And I held up my phone, and the most bored voice I had that Dream Me combustion was like, "Sorry, I'm kind of busy here." Basically, pissed right the hell off. Get out of my face.
I'm sorry.
I need at least 2,000 caps, okay.
Which is great because, like, Dream Me was more calm about this scenario than real me would be. Like, if I noticed people around me were turning into evil clowns, I'd be terrified. But no, Dream Me was like, nope, not happening. Not interested. Get out of my face.
Yeah. So, you want to find out why we call them the Kings?
I know where you're going. I love these guys.
They're actually like really good people. It's weird.
They're wholesome.
What do we have here? Anything's possible. You know what? I think you and the king head on through.
Oh, Rexy Duggle!
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us. Poor boy.
It's actually really sad when you hear about the backstory of this place.
What can I do for you?
Yeah.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You do me a... In that case, some of the things I need... I'll start you off with something easy. It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be. So the usual... He's making a killing. Specifically. If not... Okay. My eyes on the street tell me how to hate on you.
GI Blues. I prefer Old World Blues, to be honest. Like taking the train to the clown house. Alright,
Squatters aren't happy about the water ration. Then when are they ever happy?
gotta hire a guy named Oris. So, Nix, how much experience do you have with New Vegas?
Oh, I played it through it.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and
I,
Ross.
Alright, I do have a question. This is a question for you guys, but also for the audience. Like, what is it? Like, I keep hearing, like, Fallout New Vegas makes you trans, or, like, trans people play New Vegas. Like, I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I mean, I played New Vegas quite a bit. The version I'm playing right now on Steam is actually technically my little brother's, but he was kind enough to share.
You need to cross free some. 200.
In exchange for some games that I also have.
Yeah.
But I have no idea.
I mean, if trans people play New Vegas, cool, whatever, you know. But I don't know.
Teach you to mess with me.
I don't think it's ever made me trans, but who knows?
Alright, can you read Dave's comment, please?
Have you ever seen the clown movie that Eli Roth produced? That puts on a costume and he turns into a child-eating clown. A were clown.
What?
Nope. Nope.
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been
I hate clowns.
I hate snakes.
I have hated clowns since I was a small child, and nobody in my family understands the hatred.
Slow down. I don't like the...
What is it about clowns you don't like, Nix?
I don't know.
Nothing to worry about. Notice that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the... It's an interesting theory.
He's only pretending to be dead.
Oh, here. Don't bother me right now. I've got to get back to see if any customers...
So, Lug, have you ever played any of the Fallout games?
I think I might have mentioned that I toyed around with like the original in a DVD-ROM collection of the original isometric trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this trilogy collection that introduced me to the fact that DVD-ROMs exist, and I needed to get a separate. Yeah, I needed to get a separate disk drive plugged in to run it because of that.
What's really weird is DVD-ROM never really became that big of a thing. Like, it's basically we went from CDs to digital downloads. And then, can someone read Dave's comment?
I have never heard of the trans New Vegas meme. Maybe because a lot of trans people like the 1950s aesthetic that's stronger in this game.
Yeah.
Because of the idealized image of the woman from that era. Maybe.
Yeah, I can believe it.
What do you have for me? So that, you've shown me something. So maybe you can help me with a matter that a lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while is, in turn, the new... This is... Words come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over. Good. I like it.
So I gotta do some questioning. Yeah, basically, we're just gonna get into New Vegas and then we're gonna call it a night because we've been doing this a minute. Because I know when you finish the King's quest line, he can get you a pass into New Vegas. It's really crazy the amount of celebrities they were able to pull for this game.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Nick and Ralph's.
What is it? Can't... Oh. Well, it happened at night, around 11. We'd recently made
So what else have you other games you guys been playing?
nowhere. The kid there's kid got the... They were big guys. I was most... I hope you find...
Say what?
It's okay. The king's...
That true? That the king... I don't really know what else I... Sorry I could... Hey, wait. I just remembered something.
Oh, you're roboting next.
One of them... Now that I think of it, he said...
He probably said, Lieutenant.
Sorry, you're still roboting.
Come to Nick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Look, can you read Dave's comment?
Let's see. Can I be heard? Am I heard?
Yes, I
kind
can
of
hear
disconnected
you.
and
I can hear you.
All right, and Discord's just stuck in this loading state. All right. Well, he says Santa Sangre is an amazing circus and clown-themed horror film. If you haven't seen it yet, it's by Alejandro Jodorowsky, who's also a very notable comic book writer of things like The Inkle.
Might need to look into that. Thanks, Dave.
Have you found anything else?
Yeah, it's weird. I had a bit of a disconnection, and Discord is still loading, but I can still hear you.
Yeah, I think it might be time to kind of call it a night. Let me good stream, guys. You know, I mean, we're almost to Vegas, so that's good. We got Boone, which is pretty awesome, and yeah. So I'm just going to exit the King's house, and we are going to wrap up here. So let me. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay.
Hey.
Alright, let's just save here. Hey, Quack. Yep. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you guys. And, as always, this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Thank you, Watcher. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Lug. You guys are awesome. And thank you to my lovely audience. We'll be back here next week. And we'll be playing Doom 64 on Tuesday. And then from then on out, we'll do some Final Fantasy. So this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it.